Well, welcome to Jefferson City, Tennessee. UNC Pembroke football on this Saturday afternoon, the end of the regular season for the Braves as they are in to take on the Carson-Newman University Eagles. 7-3 on the year. Carson-Newman 5-2 in South Atlantic Conference play for the UNC Pembroke Braves. 2-7 on the season. Trevor Williams with you. Alongside me is Alex Cooper here in the booth at beautiful Berktar Stadium on a partly cloudy day in Tennessee. And Alex, we're going to see two contrasting sides this afternoon. UNC Pembroke throws the ball 2/3 of the time. Carson-Newman, they're going to run it a majority of the game this afternoon.
And the Braves going to be throwing the ball with new quarterback Austin Foley making his first start of the season. Came on in the second half last week against Mars Hill, threw 14 for 17, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns in relief of the injured Dom Sampson. We'll talk with Coach Shane Richardson in just a little bit, but he's looking for much of the same from Austin Foley.
Yeah, the Braves got to get Austin Foley off to a quick start, and he had that great second half that you mentioned, that 14 for 17, and previously coming 0 for 2 was his first completion as a Brave. The captain's getting ready to take the field. They will meet with the officials and toss a coin here in Jefferson City. We're going to meet up with the head coach of the Braves, Shane Richardson. We had a chance to catch up with him on the sideline just a few minutes ago. Let's see what the coach has to say about this regular season finale. We're here with the head coach of the Braves, Shane Richardson. And, Coach, you guys wrap up your season today against Carson-Newman. How do you feel about the guys coming in here against a team that's fighting for its life in the NCAA playoffs, and what are your expectations today against the Eagles?
Yeah, I think I feel good about the way that our guys have gone about this week. We've been talking about there's no pressure on us at all, and so we want to play relaxed. We want to just go into this game with just the mentality that we've been doing all year. And, my expectations are that we give our best and we show who our identity is, and we play a very tough and effort-filled and competitive game here today. And, I expect to walk away feeling good about the momentum we can take in the offseason.
When we look at last week at Mars Hill, maybe the third quarter, your guys' best defensive quarter, what do you think the guys picked up this week defensively in terms of being able to apply it to today's game facing a heavy rushing offense?
Well, I think, their offense today will be something a little bit different than what we've seen. And so we've got to just do our job every single play. And I think one of the messages this week coming out of last week is you've got to be able to know that your job matters to everybody else on the team and on the defense, and just how that role fits in to making it work. And so we really tried to express that and make sure guys know that you got to be an unselfish player, and you got to be someone who really contributes to the success of everybody else around you.
On the other side of the ball for the offense, what are the biggest keys today? Obviously facing a defense that statistically is a little bit stronger than Mars Hill was a week ago, but you guys had some flashes of brilliance last week against Mars Hill. What do you need from the offense today?
Well, I think Austin Foley's got to step up, and he's going to start this week due to Dom being injured and being out. So Austin's going to need to take the reins, and we need to get a great 4 quarters out of him, and he needs to be very efficient with the ball and protect the football and have great ball security, and then make sure that he puts our offense in good positions. And it'd be great to be able to establish a running game. I mean, that's going to be really important really every week that we go into this thing, and so that'll be something that we really look for today as well.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to it as well. Thanks for the time, and good luck today against the Eagles.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Trevor.
That was the head coach of the Braves, Shane Richardson. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. It's Carson-Newman, UNC Pembroke, right after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Jefferson City, Tennessee, the UNC Pembroke Braves and the Carson-Newman University Eagles getting set to go. Trevor Williams and Alex Cooper with you. UNC Pembroke won the toss this afternoon. They have deferred. Carson-Newman will receive the football, and their offense will start with it first. And Carson-Newman can look out for their rushing attack. They average 264 yards on the ground a game. UNC Pembroke on the other side just $112. And Carson-Newman sending back a couple return men right away to get things started this afternoon. It'll be Brandon Crosby back along with Darvier, Dubose. The Carson-Newman Eagles are in orange tops, orange helmets with the Eagle logo on both sides of the helmet, blue numbers, and white trim with white pants. Most of the guys on the field are wearing white cleats with orange striping on the fronts and backs of those cleats. Braves all white top and bottom, black helmets with the Bravehead logo to either side. Numbers are in black on front and back. Most of the guys in black cleats. This afternoon, Alex Alvarado will kick off for the Braves, a 5'10 freshman from Richmond County, North Carolina. He has taken over the kickoff duties for the Braves the last couple of weeks after Nate Williams handled a bulk of the work earlier this season. The Braves kick off right to left, south to north. His end over end will be fielded right away on the run by Dubose, trying to cut up on the 20 near side hash. He's met by a ton of Braves and maybe gets his head just across that 20-yard line, and that's where this offense and standout quarterback, Derek Evans, will get to start this afternoon.
Derek Evans tied for the lead in Division II with 17 rushing touchdowns this season, tied for 8th in Carson-Newman history, second most for a quarterback in the Eagles program history. Braves defense going to be a tough task today.
You're a Georgia Tech guy. You like the read option offense. The Braves are going to face that right away. The split veer with a couple of backs right next to Evans. Cycle 6 running backs today, but the leading rushers are Jared Dillingham and Deontay Thomas. They start along with their quarterback, Evans, split off to either side of his back pockets. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left, and the man in motion at the start is Micah Young. Goes off to the left side. It'll stay with the quarterback, Evans, right up the middle. Run over the 45 at the 50. Cuts outside of Everett to the 30-yard line. Near the 25, picks up one more tackle. The 20, 15, 10, 5. Scampers through a couple, and he's in for a first-place score for Carson-Newman. It is a 79-yard rushing touchdown. And just like that, the Eagles make it look easy against the UNC Pembroke defense.
Most of the UNCP linebackers there bought on the play fake up the middle to the fullback. Evans takes it around left end and goes untouched for the touchdown.
All of a sudden, Micah Young went across the line of scrimmage in motion, and then Evans faked it, as you said, with Jared Dillingham, kept it himself, went right up the middle. The Braves could not catch him when he cut outside to the near side. So down to the right, the extra point attempt for Elijah Holbert, who is 32 of 35 on PATs this year, and he connects to make it 33 of 36. If that's the start that you want for Carson-Newman, if anything, Shane Richardson can't be happy at all with that start, Alex. That's very reminiscent of what the Braves saw a week ago at Mars Hill, which they just didn't tackle well, period, in open space.
Yeah, Braves gave up 56 points last week at Mars Hill, 41 in the first half.
That was really the story of the game in the first quarter. It was endless scoring possessions, 9 possessions, a ton of scores to either side, and for Carson-Newman to start a one-play touchdown, exactly what they need. There's some scenarios for Carson-Newman today that are important in terms of their hopes to make it to the NCAA postseason at 7-3, 5-2. They're looking for a little help this afternoon as well.
Carson-Newman coming in 8th in the last Super 2 region rankings at the season finale. The top 7 teams do make the postseason. Right now, they're looking for a loss from Catawba, Delta State, and Tuskegee. Those games going off at 1:30, 2, and 2. We'll try to keep you updated on those.
They're going to kick off left to right now after the one-play scoring drive, 79-yard rushing touchdown for Derek Evans. The kickoff man for Carson-Newman is Elijah Holbert, who just knocked through the PAT down to our right side. Carson-Newman is kicking off left to right. The Braves have Devin Jones back to return. Looks like alongside him for UNC Pembroke is JoJo Spann off to the near side. It actually might be Joe Leake returning back to the kick return duties. Been out of commission as kick return the last couple weeks, and it is. No, it's actually the help of Tyreek Ramseur picking it up just past the 2-yard line, cuts it to the near side hash. She's going to be hauled down by the knee pads just across the 15. Braves haven't had a lot to go in the kick return game, and now their offense will settle in with 14:31 left in the first quarter. And on the field after the one-play scoring drive, Austin Foley, here's his first start, Alex, as the quarterback of the Braves.
And you mentioned it, Trevor. Braves pass the ball 2/3 of the time, averaging 221 pass yards a game, and throwing Austin Foley right in the game here.
Foley will start in the shotgun with 2 wide receivers right and 1 off to his left. That's the leading receiver, JoJo Spann. Back at his own 10, takes a snap, throws off into the flat on the right side, finds E.J. Williams. He's met by a couple tacklers bring him down right away. Darius Williams and Braxton Dockery in on the play to stop the Braves up. What looks like a short gain, maybe 2 yards. Braves are going to run a lot of the offense out of the shotgun. A byproduct of that is a young offensive line that features 5 freshmen. You got to give that quarterback as much time as you can to throw.
Especially with a redshirt freshman quarterback making his first start. Offensive coordinator Johnny Cox trying to get him in the rhythm there. Short pass out wide.
2nd down and 8. Ball rests at the 19. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Handoff with Josh Sheridan in the backfield, and he is hauled down in the backfield. Great push up on the defensive line for Carson-Newman. And they're able to get the Braves right away. Tackle for not Jared Dillingham, it was Morris Coates. Numbers a little tricky on these orange uniforms with the blue type and white outline. The Braves on the far side hash after the loss of a yard. 3rd down and 9 to go, 13:32 left in the first quarter. And Carson-Newman trying to force a 3-and-out after scoring on its first play from scrimmage on the afternoon. Foley has a pistol formation, fullback to his left, running back straight behind, fakes the handoff with Sheridan, looks down the near side, ball is free as he's hitting the backfield around the 10. Braves offensive lineman, the center, Timon McMillan, falls on top of it. That's going to be an end to the first possession for UNC Pembroke. Trying to get eyes on who was able to knock the ball free from Austin Foley. It's Carson-Newman, a good start defensively.
Looked like that was Jordan Price coming around the end. Just got Foley from behind and never saw him coming.
Foley tried to step up in the pocket, was looking for a receiver to the near side, didn't have him. The Braves will punt away with Isaac Parks, a redshirt freshman who has 49 punts on the year. His 50th will give it back to Carson-Newman with 12:40 to go in the first quarter. Waiting on the return, eventually signaling for a fair catch. His return man, Desmond Farrell, is able to haul it in right around midfield. Carson-Newman will start with it on the midfield stripe, the near side hash, with 12:36 to go in the first quarter. And you hate to talk about it so early, Alex, but for the defense, if they can't get stops right away against Carson-Newman, you don't want to be in a hole with a redshirt freshman quarterback trying to climb.
Now, even though the Braves do throw the ball 2/3 of the time, Coach Richardson mentioned it in the pregame, we want to get the run game going, open things up for Foley.
So 1st and 10 at midfield. It's Dillingham and Thomas in the split veer behind the quarterback. 6 linemen down. Fake goes with Thomas. Hanging on to it, Derek Evans and 2 Braves are able to sandwich him up just outside of the 50-yard line. Started with a T.Y. Hinton for the Braves, and then he gets a little help from his friend Jordan Howard to get the tackle right at the line of scrimmage.
Same play Carson-Newman ran on the first play of the game when they went 79-yard touchdown play. This time, Tyler Hinton reads the quarterback's eyes and makes the stop in the backfield.
I don't mind it for Mike Turner, the first-year head coach, but his 34th season with the Carson-Newman program as he was the offensive mind behind this split veer offense. Brings a wide receiver from the far side in motion. Ball sits at the 50-yard line, 2nd and 10. Rolling out, Evans going to pass this time. Wants to find his receiver downfield. Maybe picked off by the Braves, and it is. Running underneath it at the 20, Trayvon Gibson tries to cut outside, far side hash, 35-40. Working towards his own sideline, and he's brought down. And there's the defense making a play on the first pass of the afternoon for Derek Evans.
Carson-Newman tried to get a little cute there. Ran the play action up the middle, and a great read for Trayvon Gibson. Picks that one out of the air, and that's just what the Braves needed to get back in this game.
The intended target down the near side was Darvier Dubose, and Dubose is the 2nd leading receiver for this team with 285 yards on the season. Trayvon Gibson undercutting it for the Braves. For Gibson, that's his 3rd interception of the season, the team's 9th. The offense gets to take right back over the football. 11:46 to go in the first quarter at their own 43-yard line, far side hash. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right, pistol formation. E.J. Williams from the left slot comes in motion, sits over the tight end, heads back out to his original positioning. Foley takes a snap, looking down the right side, trying to find JoJo Spann. Deep ball, home run shot towards the 20, just out of the outstretched fingertips of Spann.
Spann had the cornerback beat down the right side. Maybe a little freshman jitters there from Austin Foley. Just overthrew him. That's a good sign the Braves receivers are getting open down the field.
Spann has 29 catches on the year for 583 yards. That's a team best, averages 64.8 a game, and 20.1 a catch with 7 touchdowns for the Braves. It will go into the classic passing formation of 5 wide, 3 to the wide side of the field, and 2 out right for Austin Foley on 2nd and 10 with 11:40 to go in the first quarter. Ball the Braves' own 43. Foley asks for the snap. Whistles blow, flags fly. And likely a little motion for the Braves before the snap.
It happened on the first drive, Trevor, and it's happening again. Braves getting behind the sticks. And even though the Braves average 221 pass yards a game, the short pass is not how you want to play from behind the sticks.
Head referee Max Melton.
On the offense, number 3. Penalties 5 yards. Still second down.
You could hear him there. 5-yard penalty will be 2nd and 15. The starting offensive line for the Braves, we mentioned all freshmen. They have Taverine, Nick Golden, Timon McMillan, Cameron Hodges, and Gage Baldwin. Few of those freshmen are red shirts, but they're all in their first true season of playing. Ball goes out to E.J. Williams, left flat. He is stopped up right at the 35. That's a loss of yardage for the Braves. The corners come slicing in. Mario Mezier and Desmond Farrell, very good corners on this team. That time it was Mario Mezier along the near side, the junior from Florida, who had E.J. Williams shot out from the beginning of the play.
Braves trying to pick up a few yards, make it a more manageable 3rd down there. But like you said, the Carson-Newman cornerbacks had that one read, and the Braves are going to be in 3rd and long.
3rd and 18, 11:08 and ticking. Ball at the Braves own 35 after the interception from Trayvon Gibson. 7-0 Carson-Newman. Snap goes back to Foley. He's in the shotgun with 4 wide. He's hauled down from behind. A sack for Carson-Newman. Looked like running in from behind on the play was Shaheem Stupar.
Braves now run 3 pass plays. Carson-Newman defense in the backfield on 2 of them, showing the weakness here of the offensive line.
It's 4th and 18 for the Braves. They're back to punt for a second time. 10:30 and ticking first quarter. Isaac Parks to get the snap. Pressure comes off his right side. Nearly blocked, just gets the punt away. It's wobbly near the 35 of Carson-Newman to the left side. Braves upbacks are nearing the ball, and they're going to down at the 31 before the returner Desmond Farrell can get his hands on it. That's where Carson-Newman will take over 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Braves cycle back onto the field, and those are the possessions UNC Pembroke Alex need to be taking advantage of. Another 3-and-out. That's 2 3-and-outs and one coming off a turnover. Shane Richardson talks about the turnover margin, but his guy's got to get points off of those.
Gibson gets the interception, gives the Braves some momentum. You get behind the sticks, and you hand that momentum right back to the Eagles offense here.
So they start 1st and 10, ball at their own 31. Evans again joined off his right side by Deontay Thomas. Jared Dillingham out left. Handoff goes with Dillingham. Whistles are blowing before the snap was underway. This will be a false start against Carson-Newman. So either side trading false start penalties early on. We'll wait just to confirm and get the number from Max Melton.
False start on the offense. The whole offense did not get set for a second. Penalties 5 yards. Still first down.
The entire offense was not ready. And this offensive line, a good one that Carson-Newman will run behind. Jacob Taylor, the left tackle, is a junior. Left guard, Philip McDowell, a sophomore. Jordan Seal, a sophomore center. Hayden Hester, a freshman right guard. And Dylan Wilson, a junior right tackle. So a mixture of youth and veteran linemen out in front of Carson-Newman. Evans going to keep the ball himself off to his right side after faking the handoff with Dillingham, able to get through one tackle before he is pulled down by the Braves and able to bring him down. Cameron Williams gets some of that yardage back and then some. Another 5 after he got past the sticks. It'll be a 2nd and 5 for Carson-Newman at their own 36.
That offensive line pushing the Braves off the ball. In 14 of the last 17 seasons, at least one Eagle offensive lineman has been named an All-American. You know, the rushing offense like this, you got to think that's going to be 15 of 18 after this season.
Most definitely. With 9:45 and ticking in the first quarter, Carson-Newman leading 7-0. They had a one-play touchdown for Evans and then interception on his last possession. Here comes the snap to him, fakes it off left side, keeps it himself, spinning at the 40. Braves able to bring him down, maybe just shy of the sticks. Couple tacklers on the play to catch Evans right before he can get the line to gain. Officials peeking over their shoulders. The official's going to say that that ball did touch the first down marking, so Carson-Newman will move the chains just like that. A couple carries for Evans and 15 yards in the last 2 plays.
Already 4 rushes for Evans, the only Eagle to touch the ball thus far. He's second on the team, 139 rushes coming into this one. Only trails Jared Dillingham, who had ran the ball 165 times prior to today.
Like the first play of the game, he brought Micah Young in motion. A flag flies before the snap, and you'd think this is another pre-snap motion against Carson-Newman.
False start on the offense, number 76. Penalties 5 yards, still first down.
That time it was the left guard, Philip McDowell, the sophomore who we introduced you to just a moment ago. A couple other starters for Carson-Newman at wide receiver, Darvier Dubose and Doran Miller are going to be 2 of the leading targets for Derek Evans. Mentioned 6 running backs he will rotate through, but at the start it's been Dillingham and Deontay Thomas. Dillingham needs 42 yards for 1,000 on his career. The handoff goes with Thomas, who is near the quarterback's right pocket. He's stopped up by a whole host of Braves. They push him back after a short gain of maybe 2 yards. Deontay Thomas on the year, the rushing statistics, second on the team behind Jared Dillingham with 514 yards. Dillingham at 958. This would be quite an accomplishment if Dillingham can crack the 1,000 mark in yardage today.
If he does, he'd be the 25th Carson-Newman Eagle to rush for 1,000 yards in a career.
Early on, the offensive total is 97 on the ground for Carson-Newman. They had 79 on their first play of the game. Evans hands it off to his left side, giving it to Thomas. Braves stop him right away. Still not even back to 10 yards to go. Another short gain of about 1.5 yards. Will be 3rd and 12 for Carson-Newman. Nice tackling by the Braves off the outside. Able there to help was James Martin.
Another chance for the Braves defense to get off the field here. 3rd and 12. The Eagles are behind the sticks, and this offense is not one suited for the big play.
7:54 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Carson-Newman. 3rd and 12 from their own 39. Just one running back off to the right side of Evans. He has 4 wide receivers. Drops back, fakes a pass, delayed draw up the middle, cuts the seam, gets the yardage to gain. He's got a first down. He's into Braves territory across the 50 to the 45. UNC Pembroke, I think, saw the 4 wide and thought right away it would be a passing play, and the delayed draw worked perfectly for Derek Evans. Burst right up the middle.
Evans 10 yards down the field before Donovan Hayes it finally got to him.
So 1st and 10 at the Braves 45. That moved the sticks on 3rd and 12. UNC Pembroke on 3rd down this season. Not a bad defense. Held their opponents to 31% success rate at 38 of 121. Evans hands it off his left side. Tries to go with Jared Dillingham. He'll push the pile forward inside the 40 down towards the 37-yard line.
And that's what this offense does. Dillingham averaging 5.8 yards per rush and picks up 6 there on 1st down.
For Dillingham, that's his first carry today. Keep the tally going, 2nd and 3, and instead of being 42 shy of 1,000, he's now at 35. It's from Central South Carolina senior. He's back there again with Evans. Hands-off goes with Thomas on the right side. And Thomas able to burst off his right guard for a first down, moving the pile for about 5 yards. It's pretty easy to get the ball to these running backs. They situate really right off the hip side, either side of Derek Evans, the quarterback, and he has 3 options right away. Go to either of the 2 backs or keep it himself, and the Braves are going to have to read that all afternoon.
It's going to be important for the Braves linebackers to stay in your lanes. Don't overrun the ball.
Was a 5-yard rush for Deontay Thomas. It's now 1st and 10 at the UNCP 33-yard line. Tight end to the left comes off the line, splits back with 2 running backs. Tight end goes in motion. Handoff will be again with Thomas. Braves trying to get on him right away. It looked like it was quick hands to T.Y. Hinton. And a flag comes in along the near side. Head coach Mike Turner is not happy about it. He's yelling at one of his receivers near side, Darvier Dubose. This might be another illegal motion or illegal formation flag against Carson-Newman. It'll be their 3rd of the game already in the opening quarter with 6:23 to go, and the Eagles leading 7-0.
And Trevor, those tend to happen a little bit more when you run this type of offense. You've got players in motion, players lined up in unconventional positions. Sometimes you don't get lined up just right like you need to.
By the reaction to head coach Mike Turner, you'd think Darvier Dubose is going to be the one called for the flag. Mike Turner was headed right over to his senior receiver. We'll see what the officials sort out. They're asking the UNC Pembroke bench what they want to do with this flag.
Legal formation on the offense, 5 men in the backfield. Penalties 5 yards. Repeat first down.
I think what likely happens, we talked about the tight end coming back off the line of scrimmage. Dubose was probably supposed to move up to the line of scrimmage and never got to that point. So that's where he had too many men in the backfield. Moves Carson-Newman back 1st and 15 from the UNC Pembroke 38-yard line with 6:15 and ticking in the opening quarter. They're working left to right. Those orange uniforms and the split veer offense, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 left, 2 backs right behind Evans. Brings his man Young in motion across the formation, hands it off with his best running back, Jared Dillingham. Scampers for a short carry, not quite back to the original line of scrimmage before the flag, but does get back 4 yards.
It was the first time this game Carson-Newman's run the counter. Dillingham started on the left, came across the right, and the defensive line played that very well.
Right now, up front for UNC Pembroke on the defensive line, they have Elijah Holbert, Javon Barnes, Jacob Varney, or excuse me, they have Adoni Aloma, Khalil Vance, Tyler Hinton, and Dominique Davis. Hinton working on the far side, and he's the sack leader for UNC Pembroke. Not going to have a lot of chances to rush a quarterback in motion. It's an option off to the right side. Flip goes out with Dillingham, gets some good blocking ahead. Powers towards the 20 before Sean Everett is able to bring him down by the shoulder pads. A late flag coming in after the first down for Carson-Newman. This will be flashbacks to what we saw a week ago. Lots of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties at Mars Hill.
That was field judge Brandon Kirkling heaving the flag in from about the 5-yard line. He was well away from the play.
It was back towards
After
the
play
middle
was
of the field.
over, personal foul on the offense. Number 5. Penalties 15 yards. It was first down.
Dead ball foul, so the first down will stand, but it'll move the ball back near where it was to start the play anyways. First and 10 at the 35 and a fresh set of downs. Doran Miller was called for the flag. Carson-Newman shooting itself in the foot on this third possession with penalties.
Another chance for the Braves offense to get off the field.
5:08 and ticking in the first quarter. 7-0 Carson-Newman. Trying to work this split veer offense left to right towards the end zone. Evans fake the handoff, keep it himself off the right side. He's smashed by the Braves. Running in right away for UNC Pembroke was Jordan Howard. He went nose to nose with Evans, stopped him for minimal gain.
Howard got him around the end, and it was Khalil Vance breaking through the middle and stopping Evans' progress in the backfield.
Braves get that help, and it's second down, maybe 9 to go, just a few inches gained by Evans on the carry. Braves had that figured out on the handoff keeper for Evans. Again, he splits the running back off to his right, Deontay Thomas, and Jerry Dillingham to his left. Takes the option off left side to the hash, flips it out to Thomas, beats one cornerback outside, and their flag comes in late. So Braves are able to haul down the running back Thomas with Bakimbi Kearney. This might be coming back, though. That's in the range of a holding flag.
Looks like it's going to be a block in the back on sophomore wide receiver Quentin Phillips on the edge. The cornerback tried to cut in front of him. Phillips threw his hands up like he didn't touch him, but he had already gave the Braves cornerback just a little push in the back there.
So again, Carson-Newman on this possession, every time they get something going, a flag brings it back. So from the spot of the foul, the officials are marking it at the 30.
On the offense, number 85. Penalties 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
So there is Quentin Phillips with that block in the back. Bring the ball back, repeat second down. That helps the Braves out. So put Carson-Newman at 2nd and 15 from the UNCP 40-yard line. 4:15 to go in the opening quarter.
Carson-Newman already 5 penalties for 40 yards here in the first quarter.
They have 145 yards on the ground already. Braves negative. The offensive totals negative 8 yards. Split veer set up. Handoff with Dillingham off the left side. Another counter to the near side. Braves trying to pull him down. The first effort on a pull down was from James Martin. It's going to be close to 7 yards, if not more, for Dillingham on that counter play off the right side. And it gets it back to manageable for Carson-Newman. They already converted a 3rd and 12, and it's 3rd and 8. Ball at the Braves' 33-yard line. UNC Pembroke cycling some defenders, bringing back on Cameron Williams in the linebacker position. There'll still be 3 wide receivers. Make that 2 wide receivers and 1 shifting into a tight end spot for Carson-Newman. The tight end's off the right side. 2 running backs back behind Evans. He drops back to pass, tries to find that tight end over the middle. Braves nearly got in the way of the pass, but it's hauled in by Trevor McCarriv. The sophomore from Kissimmee, Florida, picks up the first down inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line. That is a nice 14-yard play for Carson-Newman to move the chains.
It was linebacker Cameron Williams who tried to undercut that and pick up the Braves' 2nd interception of the game, but just a hair too late.
Nearly got ahead of Makarov. It's now 1 for 2 for Derek Evans in passing. He could have easily been 0 for 2 with a pair of picks. But instead, 1st and 10 in the red zone for Carson-Newman, where this season they're 30 for 34 with 27 touchdowns. It's 88% of the time they convert. Dillingham back in the backfield, takes it off the left side on a counterplay near side right hash, tries to cut it back middle. The Braves will finally fall on top of him. First hands underneath were from Josh Manns. It's a gain of about 8 yards for Dillingham to make it 2nd and short, just outside of the 10-yard line.
Braves defense giving up touchdowns on 17 of opponents' 26 drives in the red zone and scores on 22 of the 26 drives.
Carson-Newman open to punch it in for an early 2-touchdown lead, already up 7-zip, scored on the first play from scrimmage. Just over 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Evans keeping it right side off tackle. Braves able to spin to him, not before he gets the first down. It'll be first and goal for Carson-Newman at the 6-yard line. That clock does tick towards 2 minutes at 2:13. And winding on down. The tight end, Trevor McCarriff, working off the right side. Wide receivers will be out left. Darvier Dubose and Dora Miller. Evans joined by Deontay Thomas. Jared Dillingham still in the backfield. Actually, a new check into running back. Dimitri Salisbury off to the right side of the quarterback, Evans. He's going to go to Salisbury on a quick handoff. Right side hash. Is able to go forward for a few yards. He darts through the Braves defense, get it down to the 3-yard line. Cuts the yards to go in half. Second and goal. A heavier set for Carson-Newman as well as they bring in another tight end on the right side, Jonathan Mason. They go one wide receiver out left. It's Quentin Phillips. Evans waiting to give it, and he does to Jared Dillingham. A counter off the right side. He's able to charge over the goal line and land over a Brave for a touchdown. Carson-Newman, after they fought through the penalties on that possession, able to make it pay off with 6 points.
Dillingham picks up his 8th touchdown of the season. That's second best on the Eagles. He's up to 6 rushes for 43 yards now on the day.
43 yards makes him the school's 25th 1,000-yard rusher. Needed 42 coming in. Minute 20 left to go in the first quarter. The extra point pending for Elijah Holbert, make it a 14-0 lead for Carson-Newman. That kick is up and good. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a minute 20 to go in the first quarter. It's the Carson-Newman Eagles 14, UNC Pembroke Braves nothing here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
It's a clock-chewing drive for Carson-Newman. 16 plays, 69 yards, and it totaled nearly 9 minutes, finishing with a 3-yard rushing touchdown for Jared Dillingham. Makes him the school's 25th 1,000-yard rusher. Trevor Williams, Alex Cooper with you in Jefferson City, Tennessee, where Carson-Newman leads UNC Pembroke 14-0 with a minute 20 left to go in the first quarter. Carson-Newman kicking off left to right with Elijah Holbert. They fielded along the near side by Devin Jones, backing up into his own end zone, takes his heels out of that blue end zone, out the right side towards the hash mark, trying to cut it near the 20 before he is brought down. Hit hard by Carson-Newman. Braves will start first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Austin Foley and the Braves looking for some positive yardage. They're in the negative so far at the start of this game. They're being outgained by 193 yards in the opening quarter.
2 drives, 2 3-and-outs for the Braves. -1 through the air, -7 on the ground. Braves looking to change that here on their 3rd drive of the game.
Carson-Newman started the game with a 79-yard score on the first play from scrimmage. The Braves are going to go Wildcat to start this possession with Josh Sheridan to take the direct snap in the backfield. He hands off with Miles Grant. Sweeper off to his left side around tackle. Hit hard once, bounces off a tackle, keeps his feet at the 25, cutting upfield at the 30. He's smashed across the face mask and out of bounds. And the first time this year we've seen the Braves go to the Wildcat, it's good for 13 yards and a first down pickup.
Miles Grant, the Braves' leading rusher, came in with 389 yards and picks up about 12 yards there with some tough running around the end.
Well, you have to hope that Austin Foley is okay. I think the Braves knew there was a chance if something happened to Foley with their redshirt situations and the record being the way it was that they would go to the Wildcat. You wonder if this is by necessity or the Braves are saying, hey, we're going to take our chances to switch things up. Instead, Sheridan this time keeps the ball after faking to Grant, tries to go right up the seam and does for a good gain. Maybe 7 yards The Braves having to change their offense on this third possession. Johnny Cox, the offensive coordinator, probably likes what he sees right at the start.
Trying to give the Eagles a little dose of their own medicine, run some option plays, see if the Eagles defense can contain it.
25 seconds and ticking in the opening quarter, and the Braves now moving the football. They are into the positives. After getting 20 yards in the last two plays, they're out to the 40-yard line, 2nd down and 3. Sheridan waiting in the backfield, looking to his sideline. You wonder how much the Braves have practiced this with now 8 seconds and ticking. Sheridan will call for the snap, handoff with Grant. No, he keeps it, tries to cut up the middle. He darts a couple steps, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard. That will take us to the end of the first quarter in Carson-Newman. This game could have just gotten very interesting, as it is all Eagles early with a 14-0 lead, and the Braves turning to the Wildcat offense. They will have the ball 3rd and 4 when we come back at their own 40-yard line, trailing 14-0 after 1 here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Have you rewarded yourself lately? Now's your chance. Download #BraveNation, the free student rewards app for UNC Pembroke. Receive notifications about exclusive information within Brave Nation. Earn points for attending select Brave events. More points equal more rewards. Reward yourself today with #BraveNation. That's #BRAVE Nation. Available for free in the Google Play and App Store. #BraveNation. Get rewarded.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
In Jefferson City, Tennessee, after one quarter, Carson-Newman leading UNC Pembroke 14-0. Trevor Williams and Alex Cooper with you. The Braves trying to pick up their first down of the contest. They have Austin Foley, the quarterback, back. What is a 3rd and 3 from their own 40 to the start of the second quarter. 3 wide receivers left, 1 in motion. Comes back to the near side. The Braves bringing over the help of Aaron Whitaker, trying to pass to the right side. It was into the hands of Tyzea Eller and knocked out. Able to get a pie in there was Jaquan Smith, and the sophomore defensive back breaking up the Braves' opportunity for a first down.
Braves now 3 drives, 3 3-and-outs.
They went to the Wildcat at the start of that possession, and it worked out okay, 20 yards on a few plays, but the 3rd and 3 comes up short, so they have to punt again with Isaac Parks. 14:55 to go in the first half, and back to return is Desmond Farrell. Has 6 returns on the year, an average of just under 5 yards a return, as long as 12. His earlier punt returns. As the Braves fake it, they try to go to T.Y. Hinton off the left side. A direct snap, nearly gets towards the first down marker. Tries to lunge the ball forward, but he is stopped short at the 42-yard line, and the tackle made by Darius Williams. And the Braves tried a little trickery in the final game of the year. They went with a direct snap to the defensive lineman, maybe almost got Carson-Newman off guard.
Coach Richardson pulling out all the stops here, anything to try to get that first down. And it looked like Carson-Newman is running somewhat of a safe return. Kind of had an idea that might be coming, and sure enough, they were right there to stop him 2 yards short of the first down marker.
And now great field position for the Eagles. 1st and 10 from the UNC Pembroke 42-yard line with a 14-0 lead midway through our first half of play. Be a man in motion off to the left side, Trevor McCarroll, the tight end. 2 running backs back with Evans. The Braves get hands right away on Dimitri Salisbury, trying to carry it on the counter off left side. He's tackled for a loss of 1. Trying to cut it back to the middle of the field as Carson-Newman is now going right to left in the second quarter of play. And Salisbury, we've seen him in the last couple drives, now starting to give a breather to Deontay Thomas and Jared Dillingham, who did the early work. Right now, Derek Evans, the leading rusher, with 117 yards on the ground. This offense, 185 yards in total, only 14 through the air.
Evans just 1 for 2, 14 yards through the air. Did throw the 1 interception on his first pass attempt.
He'll go to the left side on the option, trying to keep it himself. Now pitches it late. It's a great time pitch out to Thomas, and he's pushed to make that Salisbury pushed out inside the 30 at the 28. This big barreling body, the 5'8", 200-pound junior, carrying forward for a first down, and it's too easy for Carson-Newman. By the time the Braves had guys in the vicinity. It was an easy pitch to Salisbury, who was all alone on the left side.
The Braves had Evans covered there, but no one went out wide to cover Salisbury on the pitch. Easy decisions for Evans to get the ball on the outside, and Salisbury did the rest.
1st and 10 from the UNC Pembroke 28, 13:48 to go in the first half, 14-0 Carson-Newman. They've had split veer, handoff with the right side. It stays with Salisbury trying to barrel forward. He's like a bowling ball into the Braves defense before they stand him up after a gain of close to 5 yards. Plays like that will do for this offense, and a lot of their backs average close to, if not more than 5 yards a carry. You look at guys like Salisbury's at 5.2 a carry, Jared Dillingham, the leading rusher, at 5.8 a carry, and that's an easy formula for a Carson-Newman offense that typically can go over 300 yards rushing in a contest. 2nd down and 5 from the UNC Pembroke 23. See hands on hips already for the Braves defensive line. 204 yards offensively for Carson-Newman. Evans fakes the handoff, now wants to throw. Throws off his back foot down to the near side pylon. Braves, little hand fighting intended for Doran Miller. And finally able to deny it away was Sean Everett. Just trying to vie for an interception. Maybe got away with a little pushing and shoving in the corner of the end zone near side.
Carson-Newman trying to pull out a little of their own trickery there. Evans faked like he was going to run the ball at the middle and then kind of stepped back and tried to hide behind the offensive line. Had one-on-one on the outside, but a good job by Everett.
Sean Everett, the redshirt sophomore in coverage from Hamlet, North Carolina, will take away the opportunity to Doran Miller. Everett, before Trayvon Gibson's earlier interception, had 3 picks that led the team. Gibson evened it up in the first quarter with his 3rd interception of the year. Man in motion off the right side. Evans fakes a handoff to his left, now keeps it across the 20 inside to the 19. He's still a yard short of the first down at first look. And now the near side judge is saying that he might have had the line to gains. That ball is right at the 18. The official's going to stop it to take a look at this for a measurement, but maybe second effort for Derek Evans was just enough to move the sticks.
Good play by Colton Weeks coming across from his linebacker position to get outside the numbers and take Evans down.
Question will be if Weeks got there in time to stop it from being a first down. It would be decision time for Carson-Newman on what would be 4th and inches surely. They're bringing the sticks to the near side. Ball just inside of the numbers in between the boundary, and the officials pulling the sticks tight. Looks like that ball is short. The officials say by a good distance. A little longer the official signal to the Braves sideline than it actually is, but it looks to be about 6 inches shy of the first down. So 4th and inches upcoming with 12:42 to go in the half. And is there any doubt, 4th and short, that you would just go for it here?
I don't think so. No doubt in the head of Mike Turner. They've only attempted 8 field goals this season. Elijah Holbert, their kicker, 5 for 8 this season. I think with a guy like Derek Evans in the backfield, with flanked by Dillingham and Thomas, I think you can get 6 inches here.
He's got Dillingham to his left, it would appear, to start this play, and Salisbury will be to his right. Everybody looking at the sideline, and head coach Mike Turner, we've mentioned, is in his 34th year with the program. 7-3 season for Carson-Newman, trying to convert on the first 4th down conversion try of their afternoon. The Braves are already stopped. They tried to fake a punt on their last possession. Evans under center with his split backs. 2 wide receivers to the right, keeps it right up the gut, and he's got plenty, a couple of yard carry right over his center for a first down.
I was just about to say, Trevor, the Braves didn't have anyone over the center, no nose tackle there. Evans all day long going to pick up a yard or 2 on that play.
That was too easy. Get right behind the center and just keep his feet moving as he got behind his big man Jordan Seal, the 6'5", 270-pound center. Pushed it forward. So in the red zone again, Carson-Newman 1st and 10 at the Braves 16.
That's the Eagles' 8th first down of this first half.
Braves only have 1. A pitch in the backfield. The ball hits the turf. Salisbury having to cover it up to his left side near his own 24-yard line, and he does dive on top of it. And Shane Richardson earlier in the week was saying that was something the Braves were going to have to look for, was opportunities in the option offense to get the ball on the turf and then try to get it back for their offense.
And that was Sean Everett there, getting the pressure in the backfield, forcing Evans to pitch the ball a little bit before he wanted to. Didn't look like the halfback coming around the edge was quite ready for it. And the Braves almost had a chance to recover a fumble there.
Yep, they brought Salisbury off the left side at Carson-Newman. He just couldn't quite get those paws to it right in time. So now Evans is back at 2nd and 18, his own 24-yard line. Fakes a handoff to his right side with Thomas, tries to bring it out to Dillingham, near side on a wheel route towards the 10, makes the catch, and he is brought down by the Braves. Josh Manns and Sean Everett helping make the tackle, but all the way down to the 10, and that gets the bulk of that yardage back for a third and very manageable for Carson-Newman.
And not much film on that play for the Braves to study. That's just Dillingham's 7th reception of the season coming in. He had 6 receptions for 58 yards.
You don't see a lot of receptions all the way around. There's only 2 guys on this team who would even caught more than 10 passes on the year coming in. We are in game number 11 of the season for Carson-Newman. They have 3rd and 4 coming up, and they're happy to take some time with the play clock ticking under 10 and 10:58 to go in the half. Tight end comes in motion to left side, has to hop over the feet of his offensive lineman. Clock ticking down, play clock's at 1, and a timeout called by Derek Evans right before that play clock expires. So Carson-Newman will talk about it.
That's their first charge timeout.
Did take them a while to get that play set. Now they'll come back and talk to Mike Turner about this 3rd and short opportunity.
Eagles 2 for 3 on 3rd downs today. Not facing many opportunities to convert on 3rd down, but when they do, converting at a 66% rate.
Well, if we talked about something the Braves are actually pretty good at this year, it is stopping opponents on 3rd down. They hold their opposition to just about a 30% success rate. 1st down, pretty good down for the Braves defense as well, but these last couple of weeks they've been hit by the big play, and right now they've had a little bit of trouble just figuring out the option with the total of 197 rushing yards for Carson-Newman in this opening half.
I think since that first play of the game when Evans scampered for 79 yards, since then they have limited the big play, but the Braves defense just not taking advantage of those 3rd downs, of those times they get the Eagles behind the sticks and have these chances to get off the field. The Eagles are finding a way to pick up 1st downs in long situations.
You think with the dominating nature of the defense, you might even talk about 2-down territory here if you're Carson-Newman at 3rd and 4, a couple downs to try to pick up 4 yards. Ball sitting at the UNC Pembroke 10-yard line, near side hash, right to left. Carson-Newman working towards its end zone. Painted in blue, the boundaries in orange with white striping outside, and it reads Eagles in either end zone. This turf field in Jefferson City. Evans takes the snap, hands off to Dillingham. Counter play off the right side, cuts it up the hash, right into the end zone. And from 10 yards out, Jared Dillingham has his 2nd score of the afternoon to make it a 21-0 Carson-Newman lead pending the PAT.
That time, Deontay Thomas, who was flanked to the right, got out in front of Dillingham. He had a one-on-one blocker, easily handled him, and Dillingham scampered untouched into the end zone for his 2nd of the day.
Already over the 1,000-yard mark on the season. Dillingham with that touchdown to make it 53 yards rushing on the day behind his quarterback, Derek Evans, who has 124 in that long of 79 on the first play from scrimmage. So with 10:45 to go in the half, the PAT by Holbert is up and good, and it is a 21-0 Carson-Newman lead. That's a 9-play, 42-yard drive. It totals 4 minutes and 3 seconds. It's now Carson-Newman by 3 touchdowns. We'll take a timeout, come back right after this with 10:45 to go in the half on the UNCP Sports Network.
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Attention Brave fans, alumni, and parents. Be sure to visit our official UNCP Braves Athletics online store at shopuncpbraves.com. The interactive website features more than 1,100 products, from exclusive sideline apparel to pet supplies and championship gear. Shop UNCPbraves.com today.
$10:45 to go in the first half. It's 21-0 Carson-Newman. They kick off right to left. Trevor Williams, Alex Cooper with you on the UNCP Sports Network. Elijah Hobart tees it up, and he kicks it up to Devin Jones along the near side hash from his own 2-yard line, taking it upfield, trying to cut it left side, looking for the wide side of the field. Chased down from behind, trying to get him at the shoestrings for Carson-Newman was Jaquan Smith, and his second tackler there to help him at the 15-yard line. That's all Devin Jones will get a 13-yard return to start the Braves' possession, 1st and 10 from their own 15. We've seen Austin Foley, the redshirt freshman quarterback, in his first start. We've seen the Wildcat. Wildcat has been largely more successful, Alex Cooper, but the Braves have to get something going on offense.
They're going to go back to Foley here for their 4th possession. 3 possessions, 3 and outs so far for the Braves. Foley just 2 for 4, -1 yards passing. Miles Grant, the leading rusher, 1 attempt, 13 yards.
Just the lone first down for the Braves. They start in the pistol, 1st and 10 from their own 15. 10:35 to go in the first half. Handoff is with Grant off the left side. Tries to push near the guard. Stopped up by a couple Carson-Newman defenders. Looked like leading that attack was Shaheem Stupart, one of the leading linebackers for Carson-Newman. It's going to be a gain of 3 yards for Grant up to the 18.
Stupart leads all tacklers for the Eagles with 85 on the season. Hefty advantage over Antonio Henderson, who's in second with 61 tackles.
So one of the best in pass coverage. Leaders in interceptions, Darius Williams and Desmond Farrell. The Braves have not turned the football over. They did miss on a try of a fake punt their last possession. Ended up a yard short. They tried to snap it to a nutback, which was defensive lineman T.Y. Hinton. 2nd and 7 from the 18, under 10 to go in the first half. Handoff with Grant again. Tries to misdirection off to the left side out of the shotgun snap. He picks up another 3 yards. Braves will have close to 3rd and 4 coming up. And these plays have been tough ones for the Braves so far. We've mentioned at the start of this possession, it's been troublesome for the Braves picking up the first down. 0 for 3 so far on the day.
They tried to run on 3rd down. They tried to throw some short passes on 3rd down. We'll see what Foley does here.
They'll keep him in the shotgun formation with Miles Grant off to his right side. E.J. Williams in the slot to the right, JoJo Spann out left, 2 of the leading senior receivers. Foley takes it back, looking for his slot man Williams, who has the yardage to gain right at the sticks, crosses the 25, makes the catch, trying to push the pile forward. A lot of fighting as he works it all the way to the 30. And how about the effort by E.J. Williams? Caught it middle of the hashes of the 26. Just kept those feet moving, dragging defenders with him for the first down.
And how about the big boys up front getting behind E.J. and pushing him forward as well.
The gain of 12 for the Braves, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 2nd first down, the first through the air for UNC Pembroke. Get him into positive passing yardage as well. 8 yards positive and 29 total yards for the Braves. 1st and 10 from their own 30. Handoff with Grant. Dances off the right side. Gets a couple yards. And then he is wrapped up at Stupart again. Gain of a couple for Grant towards the 32 of UNC Pembroke.
It was Tamoris Coates who got in the backfield there, one-on-one with Grant. But Grant did a good job making him miss and not getting tackled for a loss there and ended up picking up 2 yards.
Now Austin Foley will have 5 wide receivers with 4 off to his right side, the wide side of the field, ball sitting left hash. Braves going left to right. JoJo Spann is at the top of the formation to the left of Foley. He's got West in the slot nearest to his right side, steps up, pressure on his back, and he's pulled down right away. The sack off the outside for Carson-Newman as we try to get a number on that player off the outside. Might have been Stupart one more time.
It was Stupart there coming off the right-hand side. Beat the defensive end, and once again, Foley never saw him coming. Comes from his blind side, and Foley didn't have a chance.
Got past the left tackle for the Braves, Taverine. Set, make it 3rd and 13. Ball at the 27. Tough conversion try for the Braves. 4 wide, 1 wide receiver. They go with a screen pass off to the right with Miles Grant in the flat. Nears the 25, falls down to the 25 after he was tripped up by Mario Mezier. The Braves not getting much, might have even lost a yard. It'll be 4th and 14, and the punt team back on the field once again with 7:10 to go in the first half, trailing 21-0.
We talked about the Eagle offense not being set up to get 3rd and longs, and the Braves offense with their short passing attack definitely not prepared for that. Not many playbooks. Not many plays in Johnny Cox's playbook for 3rd and 14.
So Desmond Farrell back to return the punt, stands at his own 30-yard line. Isaac Parks waiting with heels pressed around his own 11. 6:48 and ticking. He takes the snap back from his long snapper, which is Alex Richardson. The ball caught at the 26 by Farrell. Dances outside through 1 tackle. Turns around the 30. Now wants to redirect back to his near side sideline. Still dancing at 25. Gets around 1 to the 30. A flag comes in from the near side. He's free at the 40, at the 50. Greengrass 40. He's got plenty of room to run. Going to score. This play will be coming back with a flag at the 30. Probably a block in the back as it turns in to a punt return for a touchdown for Desmond Farrell. But it's pretty easy to see this will be coming right on back with that flag sitting back at his own 30-yard line.
Yeah, easy call there for the official. Going to be a block in the back on linebacker Jarvis Green. A lot of times when the player reverses field, the blockers end up behind the potential tacklers and have no other choice but to block him in the back, and that's what Green did there.
Yeah, be moving it all the way. It was a very long run for Farrell once you tally in the horizontal work he did from his own 27-yard line. He went to his right, danced to the right hash mark, said no, turned around, came back to the near side, all the way to his own near sideline. But that's where the block in the back occurred, and this should push Carson-Newman way back. The penalty being forced from the 30-yard line where it sits right now. Be a huge help to the Braves. Would have been a 28-0 Carson-Newman lead. Officials still talking about it down there. Max Melton talking with his crew, making sure they get this set. Let's listen into our head referee.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both of which will be enforced. The first, during the return, blocking the back on the return team, number 85. That penalty's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Second foul, after the play was over, dead ball, personal foul on the kicking team. That penalty will also be enforced, 15 yards from the dead ball spot. It'll be first down.
So after the personal foul, we didn't get numbers for the Braves' personal foul, but it was on the kicking team. The ball moved back to the 20 and then go plus 15. So it turns into about a 10-yard gain off the return for Carson-Newman, much better than the touchdown that they got. Carson-Newman will start with the ball at its own 35, but the Braves can't be happy about that. A silly dead ball foul after, I'm sure, some frustration on a long punt return for what could have been a touchdown for Desmond Farrell before the penalty.
And the Braves have been playing smart. They had only had the 1 false start penalty on their first drive of the game. So that gives them 2 penalties there for 20 yards.
21-0 Eagles, 1st and 10 at their own 35, 6:24 to go in the half. They've had a couple long drives already. Evans runs the option left side, flips it out to Thomas, catches it one-handed with his left paw, keeps moving towards midfield, shoved out of bounds near the 49-yard line. First down easily for Carson-Newman. A pickup of 14 yards on the pitch from the quarterback Evans to his running back Deontay Thomas.
And that's another instance. The Braves with just one guy outside the hashes on this side. Evans takes him one-on-one. Easy choice to pitch it, and wide open field in front of the running back.
Carson-Newman's offense making it look easy. 13-yard carry makes it a total of 240 yards offensively, 220 on the ground for the Eagles. Just 20 yards in the air. Evans has only had to pass the ball 4 times, 2 of 4. Shane Richardson knew the Braves might face the pass less than 10 times in this contest in total. It's been on pace for that, and a timeout called from the near side as Mike Turner will ask for his second timeout.
Timeout, Carson-Newman. That's their second charge timeout.
They'll take this timeout, bring the offense back to talk about it. 1st and 10, ball at their own 48 with 5:50 left to go in the half. Mike Turner, we mentioned, his 34th year with the program. He runs a heck of an offense. The last 8 seasons, the offense averaging 330 rushing yards per game. One stat we mentioned coming in for Carson-Newman is their defense is trying to become the 3rd defense in program history to hold opposition to less than 100 yards rushing per game. They've certainly gotten off to a good start with that. The Braves only 30 total yards in the opening half.
And only 18 of those on the ground, 11 rushes, 18 yards for the Braves, only averaging 1.6 yards per play on the ground.
So the offense has been clicking. They take the timeout after Mike Turner was visibly upset with the setup and some confusion on his offensive side. It's 3 wide receivers for Evans. He has Dillingham, or make that Salisbury and Thomas, it looks like, in the backfield with him. Salisbury off to the left side. Make that the right side. Handoff goes there, and it's stopped around the 50-yard line. 2-yard carry. Braves have it at 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Evans, play-action keeper, tried to go around the right side, but a good job there from Donovan Wirt to plug that hole and not let Evans escape.
Salisbury was to the left, and then over to the right was Deontay Thomas. Braves making a change, cycling linebackers. Donovan Wirt, who just helped plugged up that play, is taken off the field. Lucas Brim in for the Braves. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Same running back combo, Thomas and Salisbury in the backfield. Evans going to fake the pitch, now rolls left, pitches it out to Thomas on the second try, across the 40. Thomas dancing down the near sideline, keeps his feet inside the 30. Whistles will blow him out of the 25. What a run by Thomas, a 25-yard carry for the first down, and he's got it nearing the red zone for Carson-Newman.
That's the 4th time this game the Eagles have run that play, and every time Evans, easy pitch, and a lot of green grass in front of the running backs here on the near side.
So it is 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line of UNC Pembroke with under 5 minutes to go in the half. Mentioned the long drives for Carson-Newman. Their scoring drives, two of their last three have gone over 4 minutes. Big, nearly 9-minute drive back in the first quarter and a 4:03 drive a quarter ago. Comes a handoff to the left side. It's carried forward by Salisbury. Able to get 7 yards before the Braves can wrap him up and haul him down.
And that's what this offense does to you. Keeps your defense on the field. Before this drive started, Eagles already with over 14 minutes time of possession. In the Braves defense, you can already see hands on hips, a little winded out there.
This season, the offense for Carson-Newman has had the ball for nearly 5 more hours than the opposition when you take the entire year together. Handoff off the right side, dancing through the hole is Thomas, and this Braves defense looks like a defense that's just tired as they hit the deck right away. Thomas hurdling a couple defenders. He has the easy carry all the way from the 17-yard line down inside the 10 to the 7.
And the Braves are going to make a full change on the defensive line. They're 4 out, 4 in as the Eagles approach the goal line.
1st and goal at the 7, 21-0. Carson-Newman trying to add to its first half advantage. Trying to get to an 8-3 record, the Eagles. They have their strong formation to the left side. A handoff out of the backfield is with Thomas. He's stopped at the 5. 3:35 and ticking.
It's Tyler Hinton getting off his block there and meeting Thomas.
You can tell that strong side of that formation was set up to the left with Trevor McCarriv, and they tried to work that counter play one more time. Been successful with Dillingham, who has a couple touchdown rushes already. He's not in the game. Evans had a touchdown on the first play from scrimmage back in the first quarter. Carson-Newman trying to make it 14 points in each of the first 2 quarters for a 28-0 lead. Evans hands off with Thomas. Easy burst from the 5, rolls off his left guard. He's into the end zone, standing up for a touchdown for Carson-Newman, and the Eagles will stretch the lead to a 4-touchdown advantage. They're just in this opening half of play.
Makes the Eagles a perfect 3 for 3 in the red zone and 4 for 4 on scoring drives after the long play to start the game.
Deontay Thomas's 4th touchdown this season. Dillingham now has 9 and Evans with 18. All 4 touchdowns on the ground for Carson-Newman. Extra point for Elijah Holbert would make it a 28-0 lead. He's only missed 3 PATs on the year. The snap put down by David Salmon is up and good. And the point after makes it a 28-0 Carson-Newman lead. 2:59 left to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the Braves to get the football right after this on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
28-0 Carson-Newman, 2:59 to go in the first half. Elijah Holbert to kick off right to left. Trevor Williams, Alex Cooper with you in Jefferson City, Tennessee at Burke-Tar Stadium. Braves are going to run the kick north to south, fielded by Devin Jones, a yard deep in his own end zone from the near side hash. Tries to cut outside towards the 15. It's gobbled up by a few defenders. Meeting him head on was Mario Mezier. Had a couple guys there to help him out as well, and not even getting to the 15. Devin Jones did have a kick return for a touchdown last week that was called back, but the Braves haven't had much going to the kick return department today. 1st and 10 for UNC Pembroke at its own 14-yard line. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left to go in the first half of play. The last scoring drive for Carson-Newman totaled 9 plays, 42 yards. Actually, we'll have to get that updated. That's an old drive. Pass intercepted on the left side as taken in by Desmond Farrell. Cornerback on the far side. Foley threw it in between a couple targets. Farrell takes it down inside the 5-yard line for first down for Carson-Newman. It goes from bad to worse for the Braves. Snap back to Foley. He tried to find 2 wide receivers left. Went right in between them and just threw it right into the hands of Farrell.
The Braves needed something there just to get a little momentum before half, even if you don't score. You pick up a couple first downs, prove to yourself you can do it. And it turns the tides the other way with the interception on the first play. Austin Foley now 4 for 7 for 12 yards and an interception.
Looked like the maybe intended target would have been Aaron Whitaker, but a miscommunication out of the slot on that left side. The ball over his head to Farrell. Carson-Newman, blink of the eye, they got a chance for a 5-touchdown lead before the break. Just sitting 6 yards out from the end zone. Fullback in motion on the right side is Mason, and it's going to be a handoff to Dillingham in the backfield trying to charge forward, nears the goal line, gets over that goal line, past the painted stripe for a touchdown. Angling that carry off the right side from 6 yards out, and Carson-Newman one play to cash in the points out turnovers for a 35-0 lead pending the extra point.
We give Dillingham double-digit rushing touchdowns now this season, his 3rd of the game on 8 carries, and now with 10 in the 2017 campaign.
3 touchdowns today, came in with 7 in the team's previous 10 contests. Holbert for the extra point. And the kick is up and good, so it is 35-0 with Carson-Newman leading with 2:33 left to go in our first half of play. We'll take another timeout. We come back. The Braves receive the kickoff after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
The PBC is commitment.
The PBC is community.
The PBC is competition.
The PBC is character.
We are the PBC.
Back in Jefferson City, it's 35-0. Carson-Newman leading with 2:33 to go in the first half. Elijah Holbert, the kickoff right to left, into the waiting hands of Devin Jones. This time from a yard out of the end zone. Jones starts from the right hash mark, darts to the left side, tries to cut upfield near the 20, and he is stopped up, met right away with a late flag flying in. The big hit initially laid in by Caleb Wender. We'll see what the late flag is. It's thrown near the 27-yard line when Jones stopped at his own 19. It'll be a hold against UNC Pembroke on the return. So they will back up the return that already didn't have them out to their own 20-yard line. Should be half the distance to the goal.
During the return, holding on the return team, number 81. Phillies 10 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Rather they'll take him back to the 10-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Braves with 2:23 to go in the half. Trying to come up with something offensively. Austin Foley, Miles Grant, the quarterback and running back combination. They'll be in the pistol formation. 2 wide receivers right for Foley. He has a tight end off the right side, Tyzea Eller as well. Tight end to his left is Jalen Nixon. 2 tight ends set. Foley takes the snap, flags fly, pointing from both sides with Carson-Newman saying the Braves jumped. That'll move UNC Pembroke even further back behind the sticks.
About 4 Eagles jumped off the line there and all started pointing. We'll see if a Brave did indeed flinch or the Eagles were just trying to place the blame.
Offside with contact on the defense, number 74. Penalties 5 yards. First down.
You saw it right there. The defense jumped into it, and they tried to say, hey.
Not
It wasn't
me.
us, but it was Brian Bembry making contact with the Braves offensive line. So 1st and 5 for UNC Pembroke instead. Ball at their own 15-yard line. Foley is in a pistol look, ran up center to give some command. Still a 2 tight end set, 2 wide receivers right. Foley takes the snap, hands off with Grant, tries to take it out, tackle right side, gains a few yards, spins like a top, and is dropped at the 18. Good carry for the Braves there. Will set up 2nd and short, a chance for a 3rd first down conversion in the opening half.
It was Jacon Smith that ended up spinning Miles Grant to the ground, but not after a 4-yard gain.
From 2 drives back, it was a 7-play, 52-yard scoring drive for Carson-Newman that totaled 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And they just scored on a 1-play, 6-yard drive after an interception to make it a 35-0 lead with 1:48 and ticking left in the first half. Foley takes the snap, hands off to Grant out of the shotgun from his right side. Grant able to keep it along the right hash mark, charges forward. Pretty good gain for the running back. Maybe 11 yards all the way up to the 30 and a first down for the Braves.
Miles Grant been the lone bright spot on this UNCP offense. Now over 35 yards rushing on 6 carries here in the first half.
Braves offense still trying to get above the 50-yard mark. They've just gotten 250 yards. Foley taking the handoff, gives it to Grant. Stopped right away at the 30-yard line, trying to dance from his right guard side, spin it back towards the middle of the field. On top of him for the tackle was big number 90, Jordan Price. 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Braves. Clock continues to tick. Not a lot of hurry for UNC Pembroke. Could be heading to the locker room down 35-0. UNCP will receive the second half kickoff. Foley was back in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. He has Sheridan just a step and a half behind him on his right hip pocket. Hands off with Sheridan right up the middle. Stopped immediately just across the 30-yard line to the 31. That time the first hit was for Montel Presley, the sophomore nose guard. He's at 6 feet, 290 pounds from Bushnell, Florida.
Looks like 4th-year head coach Shane Anderson content on the 35-0 deficit heading into the half. Try to regroup during that 15-minute span and come out in the second half with a little bit of a different style.
Trying to get that offense going. It's been a rough opening half of play for UNC Pembroke. They started their own 10, got it out to about the 31. They're going to be just over 50 yards of offense in the opening half, while Carson-Newman was at 298. And the Eagles are running on this Saturday afternoon, senior day in Jefferson City, Tennessee. We head to the half. It's 35-0. Carson-Newman leading UNC Pembroke. We'll come back in a bit with halftime report after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Have you rewarded yourself lately? Now's your chance. Download #BraveNation, the free student rewards app for UNC Pembroke. Receive notifications about exclusive information within Brave Nation. Earn points for attending select Brave events. More points equal more rewards. Reward yourself today with #BraveNation. That's #BRAVE Nation. Available for free in the Google Play and App Store. #BraveNation. Get rewarded.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Attention Brave fans, alumni, and parents. Be sure to visit our official UNCP Braves Athletics online store at shopuncpbraves.com. The interactive website features more than 1,100 products, from exclusive sideline apparel to pet supplies and championship gear. Shop UNCPbraves.com today.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
The PBC is commitment.
The PBC is community.
The PBC is competition.
The PBC is character.
We are the PBC.
So where does the money go? Almost all NCAA revenue supports 90 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that award $2.9 billion in scholarships each year. The NCAA creates a pathway to opportunity for nearly 500,000 student athletes by prioritizing academics, well-being, and fairness. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
I came to the University of North Carolina at Pembroke for big school opportunities at a place that feels like home.
I came to UNCP for championship athletics.
I love our rich diversity and strong traditions.
And because UNCP is an NC Promise school, I'll graduate with a world-class education without a mountain of debt.
My professors know that I have big plans for my future, and they believe that I can get there from here.
Back here in Jefferson City at the half, where it is a 35-0 lead for the Carson-Newman Eagles. Trevor Williams, Alex Cooper with you at the break from Burke-Tar Stadium. It's been a rough first half, Alex, for the Braves, to say the least. Only 3 first downs in the opening half, and Carson-Newman does what it does best, 278 yards on the ground. They've had some standouts in that opening half of play.
Derek Evans, quarterback standout, 11 rushes, 126 yards he scored on that 79-yard keeper to start the game. Jared Dillingham, running back, 8 rushes, 59 yards. He scored 3 of their 5 touchdowns. And Deontay Thomas, 68 yards and a touchdown on the ground as well. Derek Evans only 2 for 4 through the air, but Trevor, the Eagles haven't had to pass. The first time they did, they threw an interception. They went back to the pass a couple more times, did complete a couple for 20 yards, but it hasn't been necessary.
Of the Braves' best offensive possessions, they got 20 yards or so at the end of the first half of play, and they had another 20-yard possession when they went to the Wildcat in the first half. Could you see UNC Pembroke going back in that direction? Johnny Cox went to the Wildcat for one possession, and the Braves kind of went away from it. But at this point, almost anything would work in terms of trying to find some answers.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't go back to that. Like you said, they picked up, 35 yards on that one drive before they had to punt. So you go back to that. Just try to throw something different at this Eagles defense, because what you did in the first half did not work to the tune of 46 yards.
But it is a 35-0 in Carson-Newman lead at the half. The total yards, as we said on this afternoon, has it at 298 to 46 for UNC Pembroke, 298 for Carson-Newman. One fumble to both sides. Neither team has lost that fumble. We've had interceptions thrown by the quarterbacks on both sides. Time of possession, Carson-Newman nearly has the Braves doubled up. 17 minutes and 43 seconds, 9:44 for the Braves. Third down, just 1 of 5 for UNC Pembroke, 3 of 4 for Carson-Newman. The Braves 0 for 1 on fourth down. They tried to go for it on a fake punt. Carson-Newman has converted its only and is 4 for 4 in the red zone. We'll take another timeout at the half. Carson-Newman up by 5 touchdowns. Back with more UNCP football after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Have you rewarded yourself lately? Now's your chance. Download #BraveNation, the free student rewards app for UNC Pembroke. Receive notifications about exclusive information within Brave Nation. Earn points for attending select Brave events. More points equal more rewards. Reward yourself today with #BraveNation. That's #BRAVE Nation. Available for free in the Google Play and App Store. #BraveNation. Get rewarded.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools, for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Attention Brave fans, alumni, and parents. Be sure to visit our official UNCP Braves Athletics online store at shopuncpbraves.com. The interactive website features more than 1,100 products, from exclusive sideline apparel to pet supplies and championship gear. Shop UNCPbraves.com today.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
The PBC is commitment.
The PBC is community.
The PBC is competition.
The PBC is character.
We are the PBC.
So where does the money go? Almost all NCAA revenue supports 90 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that award $2.9 billion in scholarships each year. The NCAA creates a pathway to opportunity for nearly 500,000 student athletes by prioritizing academics, well-being, and fairness. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
I came to the University of North Carolina at Pembroke for big school opportunities at a place that feels like home.
I came to UNCP for championship athletics.
I love our rich diversity and strong traditions.
And because UNCP is an NC Promise school, I'll graduate with a world-class education without a mountain of debt.
My professors know that I have big plans for my future, and they believe that I can get there from here.
In Jefferson City, Trevor Williams with you, Alex Cooper as well at the half, where UNC Pembroke is trailing 35-0 to Carson-Newman. We mentioned Carson-Newman needs some help from a team that they were able to beat their last time out against Lenore-Ryan, a team that UNC Pembroke also beat this year, 42-28 win for Carson-Newman. They need Lenore-Ryan to take down Catawba today. Catawba has had a good season. That's another team that Carson-Newman beat this year, but it is a 10-7 lead for Lenore-Ryan in the first quarter against Catawba. So for now, Carson-Newman getting a third of what it needs, the help today to try to make its way towards the NCAA tournament. The Eagles certainly look to have their part of the equation in hand. A 5-touchdown lead at the half. The Braves trying to regroup. They will start with the football in the second half. We'll take a timeout, come back with all that second half action right after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Have you rewarded yourself lately? Now's your chance. Download #BraveNation, the free student rewards app for UNC Pembroke. Receive notifications about exclusive information within Brave Nation. Earn points for attending select Brave events. More points equal more rewards. Reward yourself today with #BraveNation. That's #BRAVE Nation. Available for free in the Google Play and App Store. #BraveNation. Get rewarded.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Attention Brave fans, alumni, and parents. Be sure to visit our official UNCP Braves Athletics online store at shopuncpbraves.com. The interactive website features more than 1,100 products, from exclusive sideline apparel to pet supplies and championship gear. Shop UNCPbraves.com today.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
The PBC is commitment.
The PBC is community.
The PBC is competition.
The PBC is character.
We are the PBC.
So where does the money go? Almost all NCAA revenue supports 90 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that award $2.9 billion in scholarships each year. The NCAA creates a pathway to opportunity for nearly 500,000 student athletes by prioritizing academics, well-being, and fairness. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
Back here in Jefferson City, Tennessee, it is a 35-0 lead at the half for Carson-Newman over UNC Pembroke. Trevor Williams, Alex Cooper with you. The Braves will start with football in the second half. And first things first, Alex, the Braves have just got to get a drive together, get it into opposing territory. The Braves have had trouble moving the football, and they really haven't had any luck getting across midfield on Carson-Newman this afternoon.
Braves with just 3 first downs in that first half, 2 which came on the last drive. And like you said, have yet to cross the 50-yard line. No positive momentum whatsoever on the Braves' offensive side. Maybe they'll come out in the Wildcat. Maybe they go back to Foley. Whatever it is, hopefully we can pick up a couple first downs and just get a drive going. Just get some confidence in that offense and see where it goes.
And we'll see what the Braves have. If you're just joining us, 14 points in the first quarter for Carson-Newman, 21 points in the second quarter to take them into the half with the 35-0 lead. They scored on every drive in the first half except for the drive where Derek Evans threw an interception. That was the second drive of the game. Braves, on the other hand, they punted 3 times, tried to fake a punt, came up short, then they threw an interception and had a drive that took them into the half. So they'll be back to receive the second half kickoff, working right to left. That is south to north here at Berktar Stadium. The Braves sending back Devin Jones to receive, along with Tyreek Ramseur, the redshirt freshman out of Shelby, North Carolina. Had a touch in the opening half, as did Devin Jones. They both stand back inside their own 10-yard line between the 10 and the 5. Elijah Holbert for Carson-Newman to kick it off left to right. Checks all his gunners on either side. He is ready for the kickoff to send it away to the Braves. The second half underway. It'll be Ramseur on the far side, fielding into his own 5-yard line along the hash mark. Tries to bounce down to the numbers at the 20. Crosses the 20, is tripped up, and then brought down. The Braves will start on offense at their own 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Austin Foley is trotting out with that offense, and we wondered if we would see the Wildcat offense for UNC Pembroke, as they ran that for one drive in the first half. Austin Foley, the redshirt freshman, though, if anything, it's a chance to get some more experience. And for Shane Richardson and his team, a lot of the second half of the season has been about building for next year, getting these young redshirt freshmen experience.
Yeah, Foley coming off that game. He threw 177 yards in the second half. Today, just 4 for 7 for 12 yards.
Not a bad start for the Braves. Foley goes out to his slim side of the field, and he is able to pick up a first down, throwing the ball to Quay Threet on the right side. Actually, he's going to be short of a first down. Stepped out at the 30-yard line. That's a late whistle by the officials. It seemed like blew when Threet was well over the first down marking, but it'll be 2nd and 1, a 9-yard pickup. The first play for the Braves. They go with the quick pass, trying to get some of those rhythm passes from Foley. Has 2 wide receivers left, 1 right in the shotgun. 14:36 left in the third quarter. Takes it straight back. Sheridan, the running back, leaves a blocking position. Pocket collapses, and Foley is wrapped up, taken down around his own 25-yard line. Take your pick on who was able to get to him on that Carson-Newman defensive line. Is it just enclosed all around the redshirt freshman quarterback?
It was Montel Presley, the sophomore from Bushnell, Florida, who got there first. And then a host of Eagles after that once he stood up Austin Foley in the backfield. Foley tried to step up in the pocket there, which was a good move in theory, but once he stepped up, there were 3 more Eagles in his face.
Instead of 3rd and 1, now 3rd and 5 for UNC Pembroke. Ball at their own 26, need the 31. Foley takes a snap back, shotgun formation, 2 left, 1 right, hits Threet right side, able to thread the cornerback, and the Braves get a pass through Mario Mezier to Quay Threet for a first down, just over the 35-yard line.
It was a straight out route there run by Threet. He had to step on Mezier, and Foley laid it in there perfectly.
Just shy of the 35-yard line at the 33 for the Braves. Still first down. Have JoJo span off to the right side of the formation. 2 left. The Braves will go into the Wildcats after picking up the first down. Josh Sheridan will take the direct snap. Miles Grant offset to the right of him. Sheridan asking for the snap, calls for it, fields it to his left side, hands off with Grant, trying to redirect back towards the middle of the zone. Originally the handoff was left, and Grant wanted to bounce it back right. Picks up what looks like 2 yards. Shane Richardson takes his headset off for a moment, clapping his hands. He's just trying to get some enthusiasm into his guys right now, and it's tough in the second half of the game when you're down 35-0 at the break.
Looks like they'll stick with the Wildcat here. Austin Foley hanging out on the bench.
Devontae Gamble is the lead blocker for the Braves in the Wildcat. Miles Grant off to the left of Sheridan this time. They'll fake the handoff right side. Sheridan keeps it, bounces right up the gut, gets behind his middle interior offensive line, keeps pushing over the 40-yard line, and feet churning towards the 41 to make it 3rd and short for the Braves. Wildcat, for the most part, has been pretty successful in terms of being able to pick up chunks of yardage. 6 here, 7 there for the Braves, and a chance for a 3rd and short, another first down conversion.
Braves 2 of 6 on 3rd down thus far, but a very manageable 3rd and 2 here from the 40.
Austin Foley comes darting off the sideline with 12:22 to go in the third quarter, calls a huddle together. Now the Braves will break out. Foley trying to hurry up under center, has no nose guard in front of him, takes a snap, hands off behind to Josh Sheridan, sees he has to bounce it out right, and he's tripped up. A shoestring tackle for Carson-Newman. Looked like getting him around the feet was Antonio Henderson, and the Braves are stopped for a 4th down, and it looks like they will punt on their first possession of the second half.
Sheridan tried to bounce that outside, but Henderson broke through the line, and like you said, shoestring tackle and a loss of 1 on the play.
So 4th down and 3 for the Braves from their own 40-yard line. They will punt away. Back to return is Desmond Farrell. Farrell waiting back around his own 22, far side hash. Right away, waves for a fair catch on the kick, and he makes the catch around his own 23. So Carson-Newman will start with the football there. Derek Evans dancing in the huddle on the sideline. Why not? He is the game's leading rusher with 126 yards. The second half starts for him like the first half did. It'll be a pretty good day. He would go over 100 yards, a 79-yard touchdown to start it, and that really set the pace from the beginning for Carson-Newman.
Yeah, after that play, a lot of holes opened up. Looked like the Braves defense was eyeing him more, which left the pitch open on the outside. It left the counter open coming back across the field. So a lot of different options out of the option offense here.
1st and 10 at his own 23, 11:35 to go. Hands off with his near side running back Thomas. He's pulled down right away. Braves able to land on top of him. Cyrus Stanback bringing down the ball carrier, a gain of 1 yard on the play, and 2nd and 9 coming from their own 24 for Carson-Newman.
Looked like the backfield got a little congested there. I don't know if it was a misread by the quarterback, but all 3 in the backfield coming one direction. The Braves didn't have to make a decision where to go and piled him up in the backfield.
The stick on the far side says it's at the 29. The ball's actually sitting back at the 28, so no gain on that last play. Man in motion goes to the left side. Now the quarterback, Evans, takes it out to his right, decides for a late pitch, nearly threw it forward, and it was a pass to Jared Dillingham, more of a shovel pass forward to his running back. So he wanted to option it first and then realized his running back was out ahead. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for Carson-Newman.
We said this many times in the first half.
3rd down, incomplete forward pass.
Officials just clarifying what we already saw there. There was a forward pass.
But once again, Carson-Newman, 3rd and long. They're 3 for 4 on 3rd downs today. Another chance for this Braves defense to get off the field.
2 wide receivers left, 1 right for Evans. He's got his dual backs, Dillingham and Thomas, in the backfield. Rolls it out left side, going to pass, looking left, throws it down the seam, has a man wide open. It might be Darvier. No, it's Doran Miller making the catch inside the 25. Finally wrapped up inside the red zone, and he got all over the top of the Braves secondary. Maybe lulled to sleep as they only saw 5 passing attempts up to that point.
Yeah, not even a play action there from Evans. Just straight drop back there, and the lefty heaves that one down the field and puts the Eagles in the red zone, where they are already 4 for 4 today.
Now they stand 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. That was a 59-yard pass to Doran Miller right down the seam. Busted coverage for the Braves. 2 running backs and in motion. Darvier Dubose back towards the right side. Handoff goes with Dillingham. He's trying to bounce it way outside, going around tackle, and the Braves will wrap him up out of bounds just around the 15-yard line. They ran it down from behind on Dillingham, and the tackle was made by Bakimbi Kearney. About 2 yards on the carry for Jared Dillingham. Went over 1,000 yards for his career in the first half. It's up to a total of 61 yards on the day. Needed 42 coming in. 1,019 on his career. He's still in the backfield along with Deontay Thomas. Quarterback Evans trying to give it to Thomas. He's stopped up, pushed back, and forward progress stopped by the Braves right in the line of scrimmage. No gain for Thomas on the keep that was right next to the quarterback.
He'll stand back first to greet Thomas in the backfield, and then Chris Plotch helped out as well. And another 3rd and long situation here for the Eagles offense.
9:37 to go in the third quarter. 35-0 Carson-Newman leading. 4 for 4 in the red zone, as we mentioned, all touchdowns. Braves be happy to hold him to a field goal here. 5 of 8 the kicker Elijah Holbert on the season. Delayed handoff with Thomas, and the Braves able to suck him up and bring him down again right at the line of scrimmage. And the first hands on him were from the big man Alpha Lamine on the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it will stay 4th and 8 with that field goal unit coming out for Carson-Newman.
Like you said, Holbert 5 of 8 this season. 2 of 2 with inside 30 yards. This one's going to line up about a 32-yard attempt.
He's 101 from 30 to 39 this year. Has only missed from 40-plus on the season. He's just inside the right hash marks. Ball sitting 32 yards out. The hold down, the kick up, and Holbert's kick is up and splits the uprights for a 38-0 Carson-Newman lead. There's 8:43 left to go in the third quarter. Carson-Newman tacks on after the Braves are able to keep him out of the end zone in the red zone for the first time today for his Eagles. 38, the Braves nothing. 7-play, 62-yard scoring drive in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Right back after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for its student athletes. Go Braves!
Jefferson City, it is 38-0 Carson-Newman. They'll kick off left to right. A couple score updates around the UNCP Sports Network. UNCP women's basketball leading at the half 37-28 over Fayetteville State. A little later today, men's basketball takes on Catawba at 7 o'clock. You can catch that with Matt Sabonis over on our other channel here on the UNCP Sports Network. Those games at home for the Braves. UNCP men got their first win of the regular season last night after getting out of exhibition play. Kickoff going to Devin Jones, far side, left to right. The kick goes, and Jones takes it from his own end zone, right on the goal line stripe, tries to carry it out towards the 15 along the far side boundary, and he is hauled down just over the 15-yard line for the Braves offense to get it started there. Maybe a moral victory, Alex, for the Braves in terms of holding a field goal in the last possession, but they've really got to get going offensively just to start to feel good about this game in the second half.
They did pick up another first down, their fourth of the game. Last drive with the Wildcat, going to go away from that. Got Foley back in the game here. But like you said, need to get a couple first downs here, get some yardage, cross midfield, and put a little pressure on the Carson-Newman defense.
Ball at their own 16, shotgun set, handoff with Grant off the right side, trying to get his tackle going outside. And he is wrapped up and stopped to the forward progress for a loss of yardage, maybe all the way back to his 13. That would be a loss of 3. And the Braves just haven't had much going in the blocking department. The line of scrimmage has been won on both sides of the ball very easily. Carson-Newman, we knew, big, strong, a defense that's been very successful this season, and it's shown that the Braves have 5 freshman linemen.
By the time Austin Foley hands the ball off to Sheridan or Grant, seems like 3 Eagles are already in the backfield 2 yards from the line of scrimmage every play.
To Morris Coates, Jaquan Smith on the last tackle. It was a loss of 3 yards for the Braves, 7:53 and ticking in the second half. Foley going to his right side towards JoJo Span, tries to toe tap near the first down marker and does bring in the catch. Short of a first down, but he'll make it 3rd and short for the Braves. The catch all the way up to the 25-yard line, 3rd and 1 coming up.
This first catch for UNCP's leading receiver, JoJo Span, came in with 583 yards this season, and getting his first action here midway through the third quarter.
7 TDs on the year as well. Now the Braves have to dial it up, 3rd and 1 from their own 25, 7:37 to go in the third quarter. Foley goes under center, wants to push the pile, gets behind his center, barrels right over the top for a first down, and his center on that play for the Braves was a new center of late for UNC Pembroke. He's behind big number 76. The Braves haven't had him on the 2 deep this year. Timon McMillan's been replaced in front of that line and kind of moved over to the guard position. It's been a little bit of musical chairs game for the Braves this year of having to move around offensive linemen due to injuries.
And the Braves also brought in Chris Plotch and Khalil Vance there in the backfield to give a push in the back of Austin Foley across the first down line.
They work for a first down, back to the Wildcat, go the Braves. Direct snap to Sheridan from his own 27-yard line. He tries to take it outside left by himself. It's just a pile on top of Sheridan after he gets a couple of yards. The whole gang of Eagles there to bring him down.
Antonio Henderson, the junior from Palmetto, Florida, the first to meet him.
Gets out, emerges from the bottom of the pile after the 2-yard carry for Josh Sheridan. So 6:44 to go in the third quarter, and Braves pick up a couple yards. Austin Foley back in. Sheridan cycles off the field, and the Braves switching linemen as well. Tyrese King running on to join the left guard spot. Foley waiting in a pistol formation with A lead blocker to his left side, Miles Grant directly behind. It was Navante Gamble to his left. Grant tries to help pick up the coverage. Foley's tossed to the turf in the backfield. Ball might have fallen free. Foley trying to get on top of it. The pressure applied by Shaheem Stupart, and he threw Foley to the ground, knocked that ball loose. Luckily for Foley, he was able to land right on top of it.
Yeah, once again, it's not like Foley's holding the ball too long. He has no chance back there. He took a regular 3-step drop, and Schubert was in his face.
Yeah, by the time he finished that drop right there, and we've mentioned Miles Grant stayed in to try to help block, and Grant got shoved right back into the play. Third and very long for the Braves, back at their own 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 17. Foley taking the snap out of the shotgun. 2 wide, left and right. Screen pass out to the right for Miles Grant. Has a few lead blockers ahead, trying to dance towards the numbers at the 25. Just crosses the 25, getting it back towards the original line of scrimmage when the set it down started. But it'll be 4th and long for the Braves. Likely another punt coming as that punt unit heads out onto the field with 5:24 and ticking in the 3rd quarter.
Isaac Parks getting his work in today. This is going to be his 5th punt of the day. His first 4 gone for an average of 38 yards with a long of 41 back in the first half.
On the season, averaged 38 yards of punt coming in a season, and career long of 62 for the redshirt freshman out of Greensboro. As Desmond Farrell waiting in return. Not a lot of wind here today in Jefferson City, and this is a big, high, arcing, booming punt by Parks. Trying to field it as Farrell didn't want to fair catch it, and he is hauled down by the shoestrings right at the 30 by the Braves. A late flag comes in as one Brave piled in on top. The initial tackle was by Eric Price.
Looked like that was 35, Bakimbe Kearney, who came in and just kind of tried to jump on the pile there at the end, and a little late in the eyes of the official, and it's going to be a 15-yard personal foul on the Braves.
Shane Richardson not happy about it. He's the first to meet Bakimbe Kearney on the far sideline as he heads back to that sideline. Kearney frustrated after what will likely be the 15-yard personal foul penalty with 4:53 left.
Personal foul on the kicking team, number 35. Late hit. Penalty's 15 yards. First down.
There is that late hit penalty, but 4:53 left in the 3rd quarter for the Braves. Another penalty on their day. There was one penalty-ridden drive for Carson-Newman in the first half. The Braves have been penalized a little less, but that was their 4th penalty of the afternoon.
I think Mike Turner has to make a decision here on the Carson-Newman sideline. How long do you keep your star quarterback Derek Evans in a game that is well out of hand, 38-0 as the time ticks in the 3rd quarter?
They still need help from around the NCAA, but they do wonder, could they be in the NCAA playoffs in a week's time? And certainly you would hate to see any of your top players go down with any injuries late in this contest. Evans fakes a handoff to his left side, throws it out to the left with Dubose, make that Doran Miller once again, and he's able to get the catch for a first down, gain of 13. And Evans, that was a nifty trick, just faked the handoff to his near side running back, popped right up and threw to the wide open Miller in the slot to his left side.
It's just Evans' 7th pass attempt of the game. He's now 4 for 7.
3 pass attempts in the half after 4 times going to the air in the first half of play. His running backs with him are Dimitri Salisbury and Jared Dillingham. Dillingham to the left, Salisbury to the right. It's a starting back combo, some movement early. It's likely to be a false start against Carson-Newman. It was interesting. The line all went down in synchronization, but somebody was able to move forward at the same time.
Yeah, the left tackle and left guard there, like you said, went down like they were getting ready, and it looked like someone on the right side of the line came up.
Snap. False start on the offense, number 82. Penalty's 5 yards. Still first down.
That foul going on number 82, Trevor Makarov.
The tight end jumping on the end of that line of scrimmage. Exactly right. Everybody else went down. The tight end just couldn't quite keep his footing. 1st and 15 for Carson-Newman. Clock still ticks, 4:13. Ball sits at the UNC Pembroke 47-yard line. Into plus territory. Wide receiver Dubose in motion on the right side. Quarterback Evans rolling out to his right. Flips it out to Dillingham on the option. Dillingham trying to work it towards the boundary. Be wrapped up around the 37-yard line. Josh Mann's on the tackle. Gets back nearly 10 yards on that play. And the offense, it's been very productive, very efficient on the ground, nearing 300 yards rushing the Eagles.
And most of that has come on first down, which is surprising. The Braves, 15th in the nation in first down defense coming into today's action, but Carson-Newman really exploited that.
Certainly have 2nd and 5, and it's been a way Carson-Newman's gotten out of the penalty problem. 8 penalties for 56 yards, and They haven't had that much of trouble with it. Braves jump a pass on the far side. It was intended for Doran Miller, and getting underneath it was Devin Jones for the interception. He'll take it back for the Braves, and they take over 1st and 10, the second pick by the Braves secondary today.
Good job by Devin Jones jumping the route. He read Evans' eyes the entire way and picks up his first interception of the season, and the Braves' 10th.
It was the same pass that Miller had completed from Evans earlier in the drive, where he sets up in the slot. Evans fakes the quick handoff, pops right up and throws. But, of course, the cornerbacks aren't going far downfield the way this option offense works, and so Devin Jones was right there, and as you said, read the eyes of the quarterback for the INT. So the Braves take over 1st and 10 from their own 38, fully sending it out quickly to the right side, siphoning over to JoJo Spann for a pass and catch of about 5 yards before he's shoved out of bounds. This is out of a pistol formation for the Braves.
Spann's second catch here in the second half. You wonder if that was a point of emphasis at halftime. Hey, JoJo's our leading receiver. Let's try to get him involved any way we can, even if it has to be a screen pass, a pass behind the line of scrimmage. Get the ball in your playmaker's hands.
Senior playing his last game for UNC Pembroke. He's off to the right side. EJ Williams in the slot left. 2 of the wide receivers to that left side with Williams. Now they go over to the other senior, EJ, in the left slot. He's pulled down about the 47. Looks to be a yard shy of the first down on back-to-back completions for Austin Foley. Under 3 minutes left in the quarter. For a lot of these seniors, though, this is going to be a big 17, 18 minutes here for UNC Pembroke seniors, the closing minutes of their football careers.
Yeah, not even worried about the scoreboard. You want to have a good performance in your last game. I'm sure a lot of their parents are here. You want to play well no matter what the scoreboard says.
Back to the Wildcat go the Braves. Josh Sheridan trying to hand it off with Miles Grant. He's stuffed in the backfield. A loss of 2 yards. Carson-Newman all over that Wildcat handoff for the Braves. They've tried to get tricky with the formation of the second half, continually changing things. It was just a flying tackle by Darius Williams to help break it up. And the Braves don't have decision time. It looks like they're sending that punt crew out.
Isaac Park coming out for his 6th punt of the game. We'll see if Richardson wants to call a fake again. You tried it in the first half. I don't know how many fake punt plays you have in the playbook. But here on your own 45-yard line, 4th and 3 wouldn't be a bad time.
T.Y. Hinton was the up back who had the snap the first time the Braves tried for a fake. They will snap it all the way back to Parks this time. Off to his right side, he goes to kick it away. Spiraling kick towards the 15-yard line, near side hash, and stepping into it on the return, Desmond Farrell to field it at his own 17. That's where Carson-Newman will take over with the football. $1:41 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a quick timeout, come back with the Eagles' next possession, leading 38-0 here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Have you rewarded yourself lately? Now's your chance. Download #BraveNation, the free student rewards app for UNC Pembroke. Receive notifications about exclusive information within Brave Nation. Earn points for attending select Brave events. More points equal more rewards. Reward yourself today with #BraveNation. That's #BRAVE Nation. Available for free in the Google Play and App Store. #BraveNation. Get rewarded.
Jefferson City right after the punt. The first play is a handoff to Deontay Thomas over the left side of the line for Carson-Newman. They pick up 2 yards, 2nd and 8. The Eagles leading UNC Pembroke 38-0 with just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Derek Evans, the quarterback, staying on the field. After the run for Deontay Thomas, he comes off, and it looks like joining things in the backfield for Carson-Newman is Drake McCown. McCown, a freshman running back. He sits to the right of Evans. Instead, the handoff goes to Salisbury. The ball is free and scooped up by Alpha Lamine around the 24-yard line. Braves say they haven't. The referees concur. Couldn't see who punched it out of the hands of Dimitri Salisbury, but from behind that ball was jarred free, and Alpha Lamine was able to sprawl right on top of it.
Second turnover for the Braves defense, the opportunistic Braves defense here in the second half after giving up multiple touchdowns in both the first and second quarter, 35 points in the first half. They've only given up 3 points here. We're almost at the end of the third quarter and forced 2 turnovers. This is more of the code black we're used to from Shane Richardson.
Fitting, if I'm thinking correctly, this might be the first time the Braves are in opponent territory on the day, and they get it on a turnover. Foley to take the snap from the 24. Carson-Newman just outside the red zone. The pressure comes. He's wrapped up right away and sacked. And that sack will go for Brian Bembry, the sophomore from Parrish, Florida, way in the backfield. He's able to pull down Foley for a loss of 8.
It was Tyrese King, the left guard, who got beat there. was in the backfield as soon as the snap happened.
King just pushed back by Brian Bembry, the 6'3", 255-pound sophomore. We've seen all three of those leading linemen on the front line, the nose guard, the tackles, Bembry, Price, Montel Presley, they've all had good days. A timeout called by Carson-Newman.
Eagles only had 10 players on the field there. They were trying to run out an 11th, Montel Presley, but he wasn't going to make it in time, so instead of playing to play with 10 players, Coach Turner decides to burn his first time out of the second half.
22 seconds left in the third quarter of play. The Braves trailing 38-0. They're knocking on the door of the red zone were the Braves. But now they sit at 2nd and 18 from the Carson-Newman 32-yard line. As mentioned, you can catch more UNCP action today. Women's basketball is also available on the UNCP Sports Network. They're into the second half against Fayetteville State. And then tonight at 7 o'clock, men's basketball takes on Catawba. Women's basketball hits the road for an exhibition tomorrow in Wilmington. That'll be exciting to watch. John Haskins' club, whenever they go into those D1 exhibitions, they put on some pretty good performances. They've won a few as well.
They have, and last year even took UNT Greensboro to overtime before they finally dropped that one. So they're always playing up to their competition, and a good group of kids Haskins has this year.
Basketball season right around the corner for the Braves. Soccer just finished its season yesterday, a loss in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Volleyball headed to the conference tournament this upcoming weekend. Football will be done this afternoon, just about 15 minutes away from the end of their season. Foley goes out to the west, on the right side, just inside the 30. He makes a short catch for about 4 yards as the first catch on the day for Corey West, the freshman from Boone. Still 3rd and long for the Braves, about 3rd and 14, that clock ticking. They might not get a playoff before the start of the fourth quarter, so maybe move it down to the right side. Just a couple ticks left on that clock in the third quarter. It will expire before the Braves can get a snap off. So the ball is at the 29-yard line of Carson-Newman. We will switch sides. The Braves give up 3 points in the quarter. It's a 38-0 Carson-Newman lead. Offense trying to get on the board right after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values are the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference and how their co-op earns the trust of members every day.
Attention Brave fans, alumni, and parents. Be sure to visit our official UNCP Braves Athletics online store at shopuncpbraves.com. The interactive website features more than 1,100 products, from exclusive sideline apparel to pet supplies and championship gear. Shop UNCPbraves.com today.
In Jefferson City, we're headed to the fourth quarter, 38-0 Carson-Newman leading UNC Pembroke. Trevor Williams and Alex Cooper with you from beautiful Jefferson City, Tennessee. It's getting a little more chilly into the fall, but a nice afternoon for football. Still no lights on, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the low 50s. Austin Foley in the shotgun set, 2 wide receivers left and right. 3rd and 14 from the 29-yard line. Steps back to pass, has to dodge pressure, tries to throw to his right side down in the flat, keeping it up off the ground, and with an interception for Carson-Newman is Darius Williams. Undercuts the wide receiver, Shimon Hicks there in the slot, comes away with the turnover for Carson-Newman.
Williams' 5th interception of the season. That's a team best, and the 13th for this Carson-Newman defense.
They've been impressive defensively, and those takeaways are a big part of what's led to a successful year, likely to become an 8-3 record. Went 5-2 in the sacked at Carson-Newman, and 1st and 10, ball at their own 21-yard line. We'll see if Derek Evans remains at quarterback into the fourth quarter. Looks like there will be a new signal caller, and that's Tyler Thackerson, the freshman from Clinton, Tennessee, to take the snaps under center. The split veer offense with 2 wide receivers right. We're likely to see a lot of new players for Carson-Newman in this fourth quarter. Thackerson communicating with his left guard near to his left side. Line gets down in position. Quick handoff. Whistles blow on the handoff immediately. The handoff for Carson-Newman was to the left side, intended for Thomas Gibbs.
Delay a game on the offense. Number 8, penalties 5 yards, still first down.
Had the best start for Thackerson. His first play in and couldn't get the snap off before the play clock expired. So 5-yard penalty backs it up to Carson-Newman's own 16-yard line, 1st and 15.
Thackerson making his 3rd appearance in a game this season, just 2 for 4 passing for 20 yards.
Looks like he has Drake McCowan to his right. Just trying to give the handoff to Gibbs a second ago. Goes with McCowan off right side, trying to work it forward. Braves saying they've got forced another fumble, and they do pick it up. They want to run it to the end zone. They were down anyways, but Nathan London jumped on top of it for the Braves. Again, hard to see who forced it free, as it ended up a keeper, I believe, with Thackerson. He faked the handoff to his running back, Drake McCowan, and then lost the football. And the Braves, another takeaway. This time the defense giving it to the offense inside the red zone and begging them to come away with points, trailing 38-0.
3rd Braves turnover here in the second half for that defense. Second now, back-to-back drives, picking up a turnover. In the Braves, like you said, first chance in the red zone, where they're 19 for 22 this season and scored 13 touchdowns on those 22 drives.
1st and 10, the 17, 2 wide receivers left and right, fade route into the left corner of the end zone for JoJo Span, trying to keep his feet, and he just lost his left foot out of bounds. He slams the football against the turf, out of play in frustration, as the senior is trying to finish the last game of his UNC Pembroke career with touchdown number 8 of his season, but just missed that sideline by about a foot, trying to get that foot inbounds. A pretty nice throw by Foley. He's working with twin tight ends, 2 wide receivers, left and right. Looks toward the slot. Jalen Nixon, the tight end, out towards the left side. Gets a beautiful pass, threaded in between 2 defenders, and it's hauled in by Nixon for a touchdown. A flag down in the backfield as well. This is in the area of a roughing the passer flag, and a beautiful pass by Foley to get it in between 2 defensive backs to Jalen Nixon. The Braves will have a chance to enforce it on the kickoff, likely, as it went right over to Shane Richardson, but there's Austin Foley's 3rd touchdown pass of his UNCP career.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 74, blow to the head. The touchdown is good. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
So Brian Bembry was whistled for roughing the passer. What a pass by Austin Foley, and the Braves are in the end zone for the first time today.
Not much space there for Foley. He had to float that ball over the linebacker, but the safety coming across the field had to get it inside him, and a beautiful ball there from Foley. Jalen Nixon's 9th reception of the season and 3rd touchdown.
Well done by Nixon on that beautiful pass. Foley will set it down for Alex Alvarado, trying to put the extra point in for UNC Pembroke, and that kick splits the middle of the uprights right off the Ken Sparks Athletic Complex down to our right side. It is now 38-7 with 14:32 left to go in our 4th quarter of play. 15-yard penalty being forced on the kickoff. We'll be back as the Braves will kick it off right after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to the top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They are located next to Lumberton High School.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
14:32 left to go. The Braves just completed a scoring drive, their first touchdown of the day, 38-7 the score. The Braves connected on a touchdown pass and a 17-yard pass from Austin Foley to Jalen Nixon. 2-play, 17-yard drive, a total of 13 seconds. Braves will kick off. They have Nate Williams to kick it off from midfield. Of the 11 back, 9 are up close to the receiving line of scrimmage for Carson-Newman. It's a short pooch kick towards the 5-yard line. It'll be fielded there for Carson-Newman. They try to bring it out to the near side. Braves running it down from behind. Able to pull down the ball carrier on the return for the Eagles was Brandon Crosby. Just got up towards the 25-yard line. That's where Carson-Newman will start. And maybe a chance for Code Black to try to force another turnover. Their last 2 drives defensively, they have forced a pair of fumbles and come away with them.
We'll see if Coach Turner goes back to Thackerson after the fumble on his first possession. Indeed, he will. He'll give his freshman from Clinton, Tennessee, another try here.
Thackerson tried to keep the balls after a delay game penalty. They kept it on the right side, had a ball jarred free. Nathan London picked up. So Alpha Lamine and Nathan London each have fumble recoveries for the Braves. A flag comes in behind the quarterback. There's a legal substitution against Carson-Newman signals. They will march off another 5 yards.
Substitution infraction, 12 men in the formation. 5 yards.
Too many men in that formation for the Eagles.
Wide receiver Micah Young tried to scamper off the field at the last moment, but the refs caught that.
1st and 15 at their own 20 for Carson-Newman. Thackerson under center, pair of backs behind him. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Takes a snap, hands it off quickly to his right side. Went with McCowan. The Braves stop it up after about 3 yards. Alpha Lamine, Cyrus Stanback, both in the area. Actually, excuse me, I'd rather Tajay. They say Tajay Lyles. Cyrus Stanback definitely right there. 2nd down and 11 for the Eagles. So those 2 wide receivers, McCown off to the right side. The quarterback, Thackerson, said he hands it off to left. Now fakes it, keeps it towards the 25, and the Braves able to help push him down. Gets another couple of yards forward before the defense meets him.
Stanback and Lucas Brim meet him almost in the backfield. Another 3rd and long here from the Eagles offense. Carson-Newman 4 for 6 on 3rd downs today.
3rd and 10. The Braves like their chances here, trying to turn it back to the offense once again. Trailing 38-7, fresh off their first touchdown of the day. Still been outgained by a total of 302 yards, 396 to 94. Fake wide receiver in motion. Thackerson going to roll out right and will throw. Looks up. Now he wants to scramble back to his left. Finds some room towards the 30. Lots of room to run. Scampers free at the 40, near side 50. And he sidesteps out of bounds for a 1st down and a 25-yard pickup on the scramble for Thackerson. He rolled to his right first, wanted to find Matthew Melton down the right side, couldn't get there, and decided to take it himself.
That's what a dual-threat quarterback does for you. The Braves defense covered exceptionally well in the back end. The defensive line put pressure on Thackerson, but once they were all on the left side of the field, he rolled back to the opposite way, and a lot of green grass in front of him.
Now he has a near side hash right at the midfield stripe, 1st and 10 for Carson-Newman, 12:35 and ticking. Handoff with McCowan, tries to take it on a counter along our near side, rumbles forward into Braves territory for about 2 yards. 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Once again, number 40 on the carry, Drake McCowan, and on the tackle, number 47.
Like Chris Potts was in the area to help make the tackle for the Braves.
And that'll bring up 2nd and about 8 for the Eagles at the north 48-yard line.
Blancha Redshirt Jr. from Florida. The Braves, strong point for them heading towards next year. They're not going to lose a lot from this team in terms of seniors. It was a small senior class this year. Thackerson keeping the ball in the option off to his right side, just trying to run forward with it, and the Braves able to tug him down after a gain of a yard. T.Y. Hinton in to help out on the tackle. He got the first hand there, then Dominique Davis helped put it away. 3rd down and 7 for Carson-Newman.
Good job there from T.Y. Hinton, setting the edge, not letting Thackerson get outside, forcing him to either pitch the ball or turn upfield into a host of Braves defenders.
Braves now, of course, working against a backup quarterback who has 28 yards rushing after Derek Evans, the starter, went for 126 on the ground on 11 carries, 1 TD on the first play of the game, a 79-yard scamper. Evans was 4 of 8 through the air, 92 yards. Thackerson yet to attempt a pass, tries an option out left side, throws it back to McCowan. A flag flies from the near sideline. McCowan hobbling off the field. The 49 at UNC Pembroke after a loss of 2 yards. We'll see what the flag is Along the near side, it looks to be in the area of an offensive penalty, and they are signaling towards the Braves bench asking what UNC Pembroke wants to do. Conventional wisdom would say they probably decline.
Looks like it's going to be an illegal formation call here on the Eagles. I think the Braves will take the 4th and 9 here.
Legal formation on the offense, 5 men in the backfield. Penalty is refused. 4th down.
Second time we've seen too many men in the backfield, and not only declined, refused by UNC Pembroke head official Max Melton. Explaining the call, and Elijah Holbert will be out to punt for Carson-Newman. We haven't seen this from Carson-Newman, having to punt away to the Braves
this season. Holbert 39 punts, averaging just over 40 yards per boot.
Devin Jones waiting in his own 10, calls for a fair catch along the near hash mark, looking up into the sunshine to make the catch. And he does get that fair catch just past the 10 at the 11 for the Braves to start with 10:56 to go in our fourth quarter of play and trailing 38-7. So Austin Foley and the offense back out to the field, and you probably expect the Braves to try to let Foley air it out. A lot of backups in on both sides. Still see some of the top linemen in for Carson-Newman, though. Brian Bembry right up in the middle of the nose tackle. The Braves can get some protection. Foley proving he has some of that ability. I mean, a beautiful touchdown pass his last drive from 17 out to Jalen Nixon. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff in the backfield, but Josh Sheridan goes off the hands of E.J. Williams in the left slot, popped up, falls harmlessly to the turf. Was not Josh Sheridan in the backfield, but rather like Aaron Jolly that they gave a play-action handoff to. Jolly listed for the Braves as a freshman defensive back, getting his first look in the backfield this season for UNC Pembroke.
That throw sailed just a little bit there on Foley. He had E.J. Williams on the slant route. It was going to be good for about 7 or 8 yards.
2nd and 10, so zone 11. Rolls out left side, goes to Williams once again. Right back to the senior receiver, fighting towards the stick. Second effort gets him close, but a yard shy. And a 9-yard pickup to the far side boundary before he's pushed out of bounds. Left to right go the Braves in 3rd and 1.
Going to bring in the jumbo offense here. The coach's booth beside us can hear him screaming, "Get the big guys on the field." You see Chris Plotch and
Alpha Lamine, a couple
Khalil
defenders
Vance out there.
Yep. Khalil Vance is off to the right side of this formation, and it's E.J. Williams to take the direct snap. They bring a receiver in motion as well. Williams fakes the handoff, spins around, tries to wheel off to his left side, finds a little room off tackle, works forward towards the 25. Williams, of course, a little threatening as a thrower. He had a touchdown pass back on senior day against Lenore Ryan for the Braves. Ended up being a very important touchdown pass to JoJo Spann. Decided to tuck the ball and run that time. Austin Foley will come back on the field after the first snap.
And that is a first down for UNCP.
The Braves, excuse me, Trevor, the Braves' 6th first down of the game.
And Foley 13 of 19, 81 yards, a touchdown, 2 picks. Rolls out to his right side, trying to find some space. Has a little help with lead blocking running back Jolly. And he's finally pulled down. Did cross that line of scrimmage and ran forward for a gain of a yard. Tackle was made by Coy DeWeese, a senior from Elliston, Virginia.
That 2-yard gain will eat some of those negative yards rushing for Foley. He's gotten on the couple of sacks now, 8 rushes for negative 28 yards for the Braves QB.
9:23 and ticking in the fourth quarter. 38-7, Carson-Newman leading. Less than 10 minutes left on the Braves season. Carson-Newman still has fingers crossed that they might have a chance into the postseason next week. Foley takes the snap back in the shotgun, looks for Williams on the left side in the slot, bobbles it, and Williams, you're looking upfield before he was able to complete the catch inside the hashes. It'll be 3rd and 8 upcoming for the Braves from their own 22. Williams saw a lot of room to run had he make that catch in the middle of the field.
A big game for the Eagles going on in Salisbury. Catawba and Lenore Ryan. Catawba currently up 16-10. The Eagles could really use a Bears victory in that one. Catawba 1 slot higher than the Eagles in the last regional rankings.
Everybody moving on both sides of the ball and the flags fly. The question will be if the defense sparked the offensive movement. The defensive line for Carson-Newman looked like it crossed the neutral zone first. Both Braves wideouts on the left side ran forward as well. We'll see what the officials say.
Full start. On the offense, number 5. Penalties 5 yards. Remains third down.
Was called against E.J. Williams instead of 3rd and 8. Now behind the sticks, the Braves 3rd and 13.
Just the Braves' 5th penalty of the day. Now 4 for 49 yards of miscues.
38-7 Carson-Newman, just over 9 minutes to go. 2 wide receivers left, 2 right. JoJo Span, Shimon Hicks to the right, E.J. Williams, Aaron Whitaker out to the left for the Braves. And they have Josh Sheridan in the backfield with Foley. Comes near his line to give some commands, heads back into the shotgun formation. Takes a snap back. Sheridan going to release underneath as a running back. Instead, the throw comes near side right to Shimon Hicks. Turns around a corner route at the 31-yard line. Still shy of a first down. Braves get maybe 10 of the yards back, but they'll still be 4 shy of a first down. We'll see on 4th and 4 if they just go for it.
Braves needed 13 yards there. Hicks ran his curl route about 12 yards down the field. Carson-Newman defense content on letting him do that and swarmed once the receiver caught the ball.
So it is 4th and 4, and the Braves will punt. Isaac Parks back onto the field once again. It's been a busy afternoon for Parks. 8:26 left in the 4th quarter, and he's waiting on the snap back. Desmond Farrell will be downfield to return standing at his own 28.
This boot Parks' 7th of the game.
Farrell waiting on a bounce at the 31, fields at his own 23, tries to dance straight upfield, gets over the 30 before he's upended by the Braves and Tyreek Ramseur. That's where the drive will start for Carson-Newman. Farrell earlier tried to get a punt return for a touchdown, was called back on an illegal block. Fairly good scamper there, about 10 yards to get to the 33. Carson-Newman will have the ball 1st and 10. Basically, all they got to do is just drain the clock at this point, 38-7. The Braves have won the second half 7-3, but it was a ton of scoring in the opening half by Carson-Newman. Perfect 4 of 4 in the red zone and touchdowns, and a 35-0 lead at the break.
Now a third quarterback in for the Eagles. This is junior Tyson Heron, under center
Georgia.
for Carson-Newman.
Comes in behind Tyler Thackerson and Derek Evans. Ends up handing off to his left side with another new running back, this time handing off to Sharon Jackson, a freshman out of Miami. Carries just over the 40-yard line, 8-yard pickup. It's the first touch of the ball game for Jackson. He's split back in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the right. Severe offense continues, and the ball given once again to Jackson. He barrels ahead for a first down pickup. Near the 48-yard line, a good carry. Make it a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 for the third quarterback in Tyson Heron. 7:25 and ticking left to go. Jonathan Mason, the tight end, motion out to the right side of the formation. It's the strong side with 2 wide receivers in that direction as well.
Heron has appeared in all 10 games for the Eagles, but that's as the holder primarily on kicks.
Hands off again with Jackson. He works it forward. In fact, that time close to maybe 6 yards on the ground. Nice little chunks here for Jackson on this drive.
The third string Eagles quarterback has rushed the ball 8 times for 20 yards this season. A long of 8.
2nd and 4 for Carson-Newman.
Sharon Jackson, who's been eating up chunk yardage, like you said, on this drive, just had 1 rush prior to this game, and it went for no gain.
Already he's gotten the last 3 handoffs. Instead of giving it to him a 4th time, the short handoff was given to Thomas Gibbs, the senior running back from Cincinnati. He has a little less luck than Jackson, just picking up 2 more yards to make it 3rd and 2 to the UNCP 44.
This is just the drive that Mike Turner wanted. Pick up first downs, pick them up slow, eat that time. Just over 6 minutes to play now.
Gibbs will get the handoff off left side, tries to get around tackle. He's met right away by Colton Weeks of the Braves, and they pull him down right at the original line of scrimmage for no gain, and a 4th and 2 coming up. Good job by Colton Weeks to get around the near side edge, make contact immediately with the running back.
Looks like the Eagles will keep the offense on the field. They're 1 for 1 in 4th down conversions today.
They'll get to keep letting that play clock move. It's just ticking under 15 right now. 5.5 minutes left in the contest. 38-7, Carson-Newman, 4th and 2 at the UNC Pembroke 44. Wide receiver comes in motion across the quarterback, Heron. He's going to fake the handoff, now gives it instead to his running back, Gibbs, able to charge forward over the line to gain. He gets the first down for Carson-Newman on a 3-yard pickup. Fresh set of downs, that clock will continue to tick. First down, Carson-Newman to the 41-yard line. Wide receiver along the near side is Micah Young. Quentin Phillips at the top of the formation. 2 running backs back behind Heron, as it has been all game, and 1 tight end to the right side. Handoff goes behind, able to pinball off a defender. Sharon Jackson trying to work to the near side hash. Gains 7 yards inside the 35 to the 34. Good broken tackle by Jackson, just spinning off the first defender to make contact with him. 4:30 and ticking. Braves defense looks tired. Lots of hands on hips. Frustrating afternoon, down by 31 points. Late pitch outside towards Jackson. Tries to cut it upfield on the offering from Heron, and he is able to fight forward for a first down. Gain of 5 yards on the carry down to the 30-yard line. First down, Carson-Newman once again. This has to feel one of those drives that could just bleed out the entire clock if the first downs keep coming for the Eagles.
Yeah, barring a big play, I don't think this UNC Pembroke defense, as tired as they are going to be able to get a stop here.
Heron getting the offense set. Still 15 seconds left in the play clock when he takes the snap. He ends up handing it off to the running back off his right side. Again, that was Thomas Gibbs. A late flag coming in and some chippiness after the play. Looks like the Braves involved in an altercation. It appeared that with some late action in the pile was Donovan Wirtz.
Coach Richardson will be the first to greet him all the way out at the numbers on the far side of the field.
It's been a rough afternoon for the Braves, and of course a frustrating season for UNC Pembroke after the way last year went. Such a successful season for Shane Richardson and the Braves. They went 10-2.
After the play was over, personal foul on the defense, number 52. Number 52 is ejected for throwing a punch.
Heard there, in addition, from our head referee Max Melton, that it was Donovan Wirt ejected for throwing a punch as well. The redshirt freshman, correct me if I'm wrong, but that will carry over now to week 1 of next season.
That is correct, since that foul occurred here in the second half. He will miss game 1 of the 2018 campaign.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line of the Braves after the penalty. Clock continues to run. 3:34 left in the contest. Tyson Heron under center, his 2 running backs behind. Hands off quickly with Gibbs. Couple Braves meet him after 3 yards towards the 11-yard line.
Clock ticks under 3.5 minutes to play.
Coming out of the pile limping for UNC Pembroke as well was Tajay Lyles. He's just able to make it over to his sideline.
T.Y. Hinton will replace him on the D-line here.
Lyles in a ton of pain on the sideline, ripping his helmet off right away. 3 minutes left to go in the contest. Heron shielding his eyes from the sun as he looks back at his near side bench. Head coach Mike Turner crouched at the 35-yard line, watching his quarterback taking himself off the left side of tackle just inside the 10 down towards the 7. Stop there. Second down upcoming. Make that third down upcoming. Third down and 4 left for the Braves. 2.5 minutes left and a chance for Carson-Newman to put in his first touchdown in the second half. 35 first half points, 3 points in the third quarter. None yet here in the fourth. Heron brings a wide receiver in motion towards his near side. Tries to hand off quickly with Sharon Jackson. Gets it towards the 5 and stops. Just shy of the first down.
It was Tyler Hinton coming off the right end, getting a piece of Jackson before he could fall forward. And it looks like the Eagles will go for this 4th down, 2 for 2 in this game, including a conversion earlier on this drive.
They've nearly taken all this clock away. 1:53 left to go and under 20 seconds on the play clock. 4th and 1. The offense will stay right out there. The quarterback, Heron, to go under center, tries to push the pile forward, gets right behind his center. Looked like he had the first shove over the line to gain. The officials blowing it dead after the forward progress was stopped. It does look like Heron has picked up enough for the first down at the 4. Still a lot of pushing and shoving on both sides.
Looks like a player's helmet came off there for the Braves. Cyrus Standback going to have to miss at least one play.
See, he's visibly frustrated, headed back towards his own bench. It was a first down for Carson-Newman. It's a 1st and goal. We'll see if the Eagles decide to take a knee at this point. Officials asking clock operators up here to reset the play clock. Minute 26 and ticking. Carson-Newman can either punch it in for another score, add on to their tally. They will at least hand it off, give themselves a chance. Jackson off to the right side, down towards the 2 before the Braves are able to tackle him. Josh Mann's on his back. Down towards a minute we go, and it looks like Carson-Newman, if they can get in, will take the final touchdown of the contest.
Still looking for their first touchdown here in the second half after racking up 35 points in the first 2 quarters.
This will be their first points of the 4th quarter as well. They will use all the time on the play clock with Heron waiting for that to tick down, sending his wide receivers to either side, getting his running backs ready once again. Play clock under 10. Heron takes the snap, tries to dodge off right guard, looks to push for second effort, and Heron is in himself for the score off right guard for Carson-Newman, their first touchdown of the second half. Heron's first rushing touchdown of the season, and for Carson-Newman, should be a 45-7 advantage. That was a big drive for Carson-Newman as they end up 15 plays, 67 yards in 7 minutes and 31 seconds. Was exactly what Mike Turner was hoping they'd draw up. A long drive that essentially puts the game on ice with just the closing seconds left to play.
We discussed them doing just that, Trevor, at the beginning of the drive, and they came 37.6 seconds short from probably what Coach Mike Turner really wanted.
The extra point was put in by freshman James Dick from Binghamton, Virginia. He came in relief of Elijah Holbert, who had all of the PA attempts and the lone field goal up to that point. That PAT was up and good, 45-7. Carson-Newman leading with 37 seconds left to go. We'll take one final timeout. We'll come back to the closing seconds after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be a part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialist will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far.
Back in Jefferson City, 4th quarter action, 45-7. Carson-Newman leading at UNC Pembroke. Trevor Williams, Alex Cooper with you for the final game of the season for the Braves, following a 15-play, 67-yard scoring drive for Carson-Newman that has essentially taken away all the time that we have on this afternoon. Just 37 ticks left. Told you there was a new kicker in for the extra point, which was James Dick. He will kick off for Carson-Newman. Freshman setting it up with 4 gunners right off his right side. He has another 6 bodies to his left, checks everyone, and then kicks it to the near boundary towards the 20-yard line. Ball bounced out of play at the 19. Devin Jones trying to run it down, and a flag flies. It'll be a little kick out of bounds. The Braves will start with the football.
So quite a performance from this Carson-Newman defense today, including the last 2 weeks in general. Now in their last 3 games, Carson-Newman only allowed 14 second-half points. And barring a big breakaway run here for the Braves, they're going to average less than 100 yards per game on the ground as a defense for just the 3rd time in program history.
Free kick out of bounds.
And first time.
Kicking team, ball spotted at the 35-yard line, first down.
As we hear from head referee Max Melton, first time since 2006 this Carson-Newman defense has given up less than 100 yards on the ground throughout an entire season.
Very impressive and close to their best effort in terms of margin of victory on the season as well. Way back to their opening game against Pikeville, and they won 48-7. 45-7 the score today. A screen pass goes out left side with JoJo Span. Maybe the last pass that he will catch in his UNC Pembroke career as he's brought down the 40. Looked like maybe a face mask to aid him down to the ground. So the Braves might tack on to the short reception of 4 yards. Actually gave it officially 3 yards on the field. We'll see what the officials come up with.
Personal foul, face mask on defense number 26. Penalties 15 yards, automatic first down.
There's a 15-yard penalty after the face mask. 29 seconds left in the Braves into Carson-Newman territory at the 47. Austin Foley with 5 wide receivers, 2 left to the short side of the field, 3 wide near side. Secondary stepping it back. Now a whistle and a timeout called by Carson-Newman, their defensive coordinator. Not liking the setup. I think they had too few on the field, only 10 guys on the field. The coach is looking over their shoulders trying to find an 11th, and it's Darius Brown who runs in after the timeout.
They're going to bring a player off as well. Going to be Shaheem Stupert. Try to get him a little bit of a standing ovation there, and that's exactly what happens for the standout linebacker from Taylor, South Carolina.
A senior here at home. I think you're right, just like that. They wanted to give a timeout so that he could be recognized by the fans here at home. So he was replaced. It was not 10 on the field. They did have 11 out there.
Braves with just 122 yards of total offense in this game to Carson-Newman's 475, which is well over their average of 402 per game. Braves came in averaging 333 yards per game.
Only $122 today, and 475 for Carson-Newman we were talking about. Both teams under 100 passing yards. Foley trying to get 8 more for the Braves. Throws it off into the right flat with E.J. Williams in the slot position. Williams fighting forward towards the 41 as forward progress stopped right about the 40. Gets the Braves awfully close to that 100-yard passing mark, if not right on the 100-yard mark, and a timeout called by UNC Pembroke with 14 seconds left.
Coach Richardson not ready to throw in the towel quite yet.
That's their first charge timeout.
Going to give his quarterback Foley a couple more chances to get the ball down the field, maybe get a couple more points on the board.
45-7 in the fourth quarter with just under 15 seconds left. Be the final seconds for the UNC Pembroke seniors. It'll be a 2-8 season for the Braves. Carson-Newman looking to get to 8-3, and then they will wait to see if they can make it into the postseason. They need some help in that Catawba-Lenore-Ryan game. You got a score update for us, Alex.
Catawba now up 24-17. They are late in the third quarter. The Bears of LR do have the ball.
It's a good game there against Catawba for Lenore-Ryan. Lenore-Ryan lost to both Carson-Newman and UNC Pembroke this season. One of the 2 Brave wins. They also won at Elizabeth City State back on September the 9th. So it is 2nd and 2 upcoming for UNC Pembroke. Just under 15 seconds. Austin Foley in the offense. Come with something for the Braves. They have 2 timeouts left. 1 timeout left for Carson-Newman. 5 wide receivers once again for Foley. 2 right to the short side. And that wide field side with 3 to the left of Foley. Waits on the snap, calls for it back, looks off to his right first on a 3-step drop, gives it underneath to E.J. Williams, a crossing route, and he runs out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Another 6 seconds off the clock, 8 ticks left for the Braves. Was enough for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 34.
Maybe 1, maybe 2 plays left here for this UNCP offense. 34 yards away from pay dirt.
Cycling some new receivers. Shimon Hicks out to the left side. Braves also on that left side have Quaythreet. E.J. Williams coming back in the backfield. Aaron Jolly.
Play clock under 10.
Everybody looking back towards the bench. See if the Braves get a snap off. JoJo Span trying to hurry out to his right side. Foley sees he has 1 tick left on the play clock. Does get the snap away. Goes to the left side with 3. Throw is up high for the frame of the receiver. He is pushed at the 30-yard line. The officials blow their whistle there as the clock maybe expired. No, it did not. The Braves got one more timeout called. So Shane Richardson will ensure that there is one more play. Clock here gives us
That's their second charge timeout.
tenths of seconds, and we are at 0.8 of a second left. So Shane Richardson just going to give the Braves one last toss after the completion to Quay Threet for 3 yards.
Looks like they're going to attempt a field goal here. This is Alex Alvarado, I believe, going to attempt a 42-yard field goal.
He's trying to cap a perfect season field goal-wise, 7 of 7. His career long earlier this year, 46, and from 42, the kick is up at the horn, and it is over the crossbar and splitting the uprights, and good. The second half for the Braves, look at it this way, they evened the score with Carson-Newman in the second half after falling behind 35-0 in the first half. And the final score this afternoon in Jefferson City, Tennessee is 45-10 with Carson-Newman winning on senior day, finishing their season 8-3. UNC Pembroke falling to 2-8. We've been glad to have you with us this season on the UNCP Sports Network for Brave football. Remember, basketball, women's basketball finishing up their game with Fayetteville State on the UNCP Sports Network. You can head over that direction as that's down to a good finish for the Braves. Looking like the Lady Braves will pick up their first win of the season. And the men tonight going for their second win that counts as they will have Catawba at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court at 7 o'clock. For Alex Cooper, the rest of our great UNCP Sports Network team, this is Trevor Williams wishing you a pleasant afternoon from Jefferson City, Tennessee, where the finals Carson-Newman 45, UNC Pembroke 10, here on the UNCP Sports Network.